quadruple charge.
To me, next season we can win the quadruple. People might not laugh. The people quadruple. Absolutely, listen. And the reason why I say that is because for Leicester to win the league, that means anything can happen.
Trophies are Arsenal going to win this season, and which ones?
We're going to win 2. We're going to win the FA Cup and the Premier League.
Up the Gunners!
Dominant in the Premier League, and the FA Cup we always seem to win.
The best team in England. We're in the league, we're in the Champions League, we're in the FA Cup, and whatever the Milk Cup is called these days. We're going to do a lot. We're going to do all 4 of them, pals. At least 2.
I think that Arsenal is going to do well in the Champions League. In the Champions League and the Premier League. This is the time to get the trophy.
They will win the Champions League, the Premier League, and the FA Cup.
We're going to win them all, mate. Every single one of them. Champions League, Premier League, League Cup, FA Cup. Done. FA Cup, Premier League, and Champions League. And why? Best team in the land.
For all you Ladbroke fans and everybody else who support the Arsenal, we're not in the mix anymore. We are sailing across with something special this year.
Give that position to Reece Nelson to try. And then Yannick want to play, what's his name? Trossard. Don't play him inside me. If you play him by the wing, that is where he used to finish work for, at Brighton. Not people should send me to London. Do all you can. If working Gunners Hop is, you people should send me to not London. Let me grab Arteta by the neck. I will give me a dirty slap first, and then expect reasonable questions from him. So by the time I give him the next point, he will realize himself and know what to do. Yes. So that's all I'm asking for. Send me to North London. Let me mess him up so that he will sit up, because he needs someone to deal immensely with him. So you understand that he play with our emotions. My darling Arsenal that I love so much, and Arteta, you are lucky I'm not in North London. What I would have used the chemistry of Upper job. Arteta, don't worry. I'll be there soon. Pray before I get there. You should not remain there. Another thing I'm asking for is, if he does not improve, I should be Arsenal coach. Let me take up that job. I know what to do. My days in the Wanyang, my days in Bender United and Bender Insurance.
Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN. I'm back, baby. You know what I'm saying? Big up to everyone that's locked in. Man City, giving Arsenal the advantage. Man. Everton. Big up to Everton, man. They tried their hardest, but right at the end, man, Doku saved the day to save them at least a point, to still keep it tight. You know what I mean? Big up to everyone that's locked in. What a second half. What a second half, you know what I mean? What a game, you know what I mean? But listen, Arsenal, we just need to do what we need to do. That's what it is, you know what I mean? Even though we've got the advantage, got to make the advantage count, you know what I'm saying? Got to make the advantage count. For me, mad game, absolutely crazy game, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, Doku with a very good goal. The first goal, called it really well. Doku scored some good goals today. You know what I mean? But then that defense, man, this City defense has been a problem for them all season. All season, not having a proper right back, not having a proper full back. Mistakes. Kusanov being out of position at times. Guehi making a mistake for Everton's first goal. Poor, you know what I mean? Everton scored from a corner as well. Players switching off again. This defense is very vulnerable, very vulnerable. You know what I'm saying? Barry scored as well, running through that defense, running through the midfield. I saw a lot of mistakes as well from Kusanov when he Kovacic, when he came on as well. A lot of mistakes, but Haaland reacted quickly, and that was a good finish from Haaland. And then City were throwing everything at it, taking their throw-ins quickly. They had a couple of corners right at the end. Donnarumma going forward, almost getting caught out. And then from the second corner, Doku just takes it upon himself, man. Makes himself count. Very good finish from Doku to make it 3-3. To be honest, overall, probably a fair performance. I think Everton did really well, causing them a lot of issues. But at the same time, like I said, City dropping points is what we needed. Obviously, at 3-2, it would have been better for obviously Everton to get the win. But it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? But Man City are showing some heart. Obviously, they've got players that have been here before and done it. They got clear issues that we can see. They got clear issues. I think Nico wasn't that great in running the midfield. And in the second half, I don't know what Moyes said to them, but they started coming out with a lot of impact going forward, committing players forward and stuff. And we just need to continue what we did against Fulham. You know what I mean? We just need to focus on ourselves. You know what I mean? But that's what we need to do. You know what I mean? So, listen, big up to everyone that's locked in. Obviously, it wasn't here. I didn't do anything for the match reaction because I had family come down from England. So I spent some time with family. And yeah, man, I think Arsenal's performance against Fulham, that first half, put them, we did what we needed to do. I've been saying all season to be playing Lewis Skelly in the midfield. I've been saying this, that he's not good enough as a fullback. You know what I mean? And I've been saying, why has this guy not had an opportunity to play in the midfield? And we looked a lot better with Skelly in the midfield other than Zubamendi, and was actually going forward. You know what I mean? Trossard had a good game. Saka did his thing. Gyökeres turned up as well. We just need to focus on ourselves. It's not over till it's over. That's what it is. It's not over till it's over. We've been saying this for the longest, why the young players ain't getting game time and why they're not playing in the right positions. You know what I mean? Today I saw the first time I'm seeing City fans walking out before the full-time whistle. So we just need to capitalize on them dropping points. That's what we need to do. We're only in control of our own destiny and what we're doing. You know what I mean? But City without Rodri are always going to be inconsistent defensively. Obviously, playing Núñez as a fullback, you're going to have mistakes. They tried to shore it up a little bit in January, getting Guehi in, but they got mistakes. Defensively, they got mistakes. You know what I mean? But we've got our own problems. We need to continue playing well, which is something that we've struggled with this season. Do you know what I mean? So we need to focus on ourselves. Obviously, Semenyo as well. I don't think he was that great today either. His kind of purple patches kind of fizzled out as well. But yeah. It is what it is. Everton did their best to try and try and win the game, but ultimately, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like, there's nothing about this City team that I saw today that I haven't seen be an issue all season. Their defense, their midfield, when Rodri's not fully available, even when Rodri's been available, their midfield at times has looked not that great. So they're a team that can get got at the same way that Arsenal's can. So it is what it is, man. What are you saying, bro? You good?
I'm good, man. I watched that whole game, man. Like you said, mate. I don't know what Moyes said to him at half time, but they put the pressure on in the second half. I watched that entire game from minute one. Obviously, my team season's done back in League One, so I kind of got a free hit this month with games. But no, that was. I don't know what Moyes said, but of course it has to be one of Arsenal's big rivals that helps them out. Obviously, ex-Man United manager, and also obviously Arteta's former club as well. Of course, the writing's all there at the minute. But as you said, mate, this is great and all for Arsenal fans, but this is up to them now. They've got 3 winnable games on paper: West Ham, Burnley, Crystal Palace. And you know what? I want to point this out because I don't know if anyone's seen that yet. Sky Sports had a massive blunder at full time. I don't know if you saw it, Northside. They when they were doing the post match with Thierry Henry, with Carragher, with the presenter, I can't remember his name. They said, and I think Thierry Henry actually called them out, that apparently Arsenal can afford to lose a game. Sorry, but if I do my maths here, Arsenal need to win all 3 last games to win the league by 2 points at least. Arsenal can't afford a mistake. Yes, it's great that City dropped points, but from an Arsenal perspective, and Thierry Henry pointed this out spot on, you can't afford to drop mistakes. You can't afford to lose a game. You can't afford to draw a game. You've got to beat West Ham. You've got to beat Burnley. Yes, it must be great for Spurs to get relegated, but put that to the back of your mind. St. Tottenham's Day cancelled, whatever. Not about St. Tottenham's Day for Arsenal fans. It should be winning West Ham, winning against Burnley, winning against Palace, and then you got the opportunity to celebrate a league title potentially on your London rival soil. That's the only thing it should be. And you know what? You were right about Lewis Skelly as well, mate, because I've been saying it for months neutrally. that Lewis Skelly is not a left back. He's only been a makeshift left back in the senior team, but all the way through academy, he's been a 6. He's been a midfielder. And I had people come at me saying, Lewis Skelly's been playing at fullback. You know, what are you talking about? He's not a midfielder. Hello, look at the academy games. He's only playing left back because Arteta's put him there, because he hasn't had a proper out-and-out left back. Calafiori's a left centre-back. Lewis Skelly's a makeshift left back from midfielder. Tierney was the last out-and-out fullback on the left-hand side that Arsenal had, and he's gone. So they've been doing this with a makeshift left back out of a left centre back and a midfielder from the youth academy. And there was talk weeks ago that Lewis Skelly and Omaniri could go in the summer. I hope this is the key now, that Lewis Skelly steps in that midfield week in, week out, and becomes the long-term DM, or at least competing with Zubamendi. Because we said this for months, Northside. I've said it, you said it, Lee said it, many people have said it. Zubamendi is great until he gets pressured. You need a 6 in there. If Zubamendi's getting pressured, you need to bring him off and bring on a 6 that ain't going to get pressured. That is MLS, Miles Lewis Skelly. That, for me, is your midfield competition. Yes, I think you still need to bring one more in the summer anyway. But Miles Lewis Skelly is the perfect competition Zubamendi right now. And again, we go back to the point. This is what Arsenal need to do. Just don't focus all on City. And also, if Arsenal do make a mistake in this title race and City end up winning it anyway, I don't want to see any. First of all, I don't want to see any top gooners coming out on social media and saying the referees are against us, because the referee let you off massively in that Everton game. Because when I saw that Gueye back pass, it gave me memories of Slippy G. If you remember that one, guys, in the comment section, Liverpool-Chelsea years ago, that gave me memories of Slippy G. That one moment, and I thought it was offside, and it was offside, but it was the Gueye back pass, and I completely forgot this until I remembered the rule was, you know, if the player passes it back, it counts as a goal. So I didn't even know that until it happened. So it's that one mistake that can cost you. But from Arsenal fans, if you somehow screw this up yourselves and City take advantage, which again, Northside, you said this, we said this, Lee said this. City have done this time and time again, where they've been behind in title races against Liverpool, against Arsenal, against someone else, and they've come back and they've took advantage, whether it's last-minute goals, like Doku's one tonight, whether it's comebacks over a run of form. They know how to get back in title race because, as you said, there's players that have been there and done it before. Not many players in this Arsenal side have been there and done it before. They've had maybe league titles or European trophies on the one-off, like Gyökeres, Rice, etc. But in terms of the Premier League, they've not gone over the line before. We've got a manager who hasn't gone over the line before. This is the massive key now for Arteta. And you know what? I don't want to see Arteta make the same mistake that Emery made against Spurs this weekend. I do not want to see him throw away Atletico Madrid just to focus on West Ham. That's the last thing I want to see him do. I want to see him put a strong lineup against Atletico Madrid, see out your semi-final on it's tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. So what he needs to do is don't go with the second string team against Atletico and throw away the Champions League. Put out a strong lineup against Atletico, get in that Champions League final, then put out your lineup against West Ham, get through West Ham, get through Burnley, get through Palace, lift the Premier League, but then say to your players, that ain't it. No way. That's not it. I'm not having just one trophy. We've won that. We know the feeling. Let's go out to that final against PSG or Bayern Munich, whoever the fuck it is, and go and win another one, because you got the opportunity to do the major double here. And look, I've been hardcore Arteta out as a neutral since he got the job. I sat there in 2019 when Emery was sacked and Arteta was appointed, and I said to people at college and university, I said to people, I felt he should have got more experience at somewhere like Everton or somewhere like Rangers. That, for me, was the two destinations I wanted to see him thrive at first, somewhere like those. But he got the job. But then after the 8-point bottle lead, I was like, right, surely Arteta's time's up. Even eighth place finish, Villarreal 0-0, rotten to the core, etc. I thought that was it for him. But he somehow keeps biting back. This is opportunity now to stake a claim as to why he deserves a new contract, not just given a new contract for the sake of giving a new contract to the potential pay rise. He's got to earn that new contract. And the way he does that is by going out and winning those 3 Premier League games and winning that league title on London soil at Selhurst Park. And on top of that, not putting out a second string against Atletico and going in that final, if you get there, and absolutely going for it and not taking it for granted. That's what Arteta's got to do now. He's got to learn from the mistakes of prior and actually go ahead and not repeat those mistakes, which he has done the past 3-4 years. So this is a major testing point now for Arsenal, because if they somehow lose both titles from here, there's no excuses. He's got to go. If he somehow wins both from here, or at least one of them, that'll warrant Arteta staying, which, if he wins a league title or a Champions League or both, he warrants it. If I sat there and said who's winning the title, I was saying City all the way through the season when Arsenal started screwing up again. But now Arsenal have the advantage. Surely with 3 games left, they can't do worse than the 8-point bottle job in a month from a few years ago. They can't do any worse than that. But then again, it's Arsenal. We never know what we're going to do. So with the Champions League, you've got an opportunity to win your first major European trophy in so many years. Don't treat it, if I'm Arteta, don't treat it like a second string team. Facts, thank you. Don't treat it like a second string semi-final. Don't treat it as an extra game and just get it out of the way to focus on one title. Take every single game for the rest of this season seriously. You've got up to 5 games potentially left now. Every single one of those games, Arteta should be saying to his players, if he had the mentality to do it, every single game is a cup final. Every single game, we treat it as if it's the last game we'll ever play as a football player. Many footballers have had that when they played their last game. Legends that have gone from this world. Sir Bobby Charlton, Pele, rest in peace. Treat them like a cup final. Treat it like the last game you're ever going to play on a football pitch. Treat it like the last game you're going to manage in football, if I'm Arteta. And if you go out with that mentality, there's no reason at all why you can't go and succeed. I'll link it back to my club. I know it's a different standard because I'm League One, they're Premier League, etc. But we won the League Two title last year, and we got back into League One this season. Now, we finished 14th because of a good run of form in the second half of the season.
Who do you support?
Doncaster Rovers, my local for 20 odd years. So not even before the last game of the season, because of how poor the first half of the season was, our manager has come out since then, released the retained list a week before the season ended, and now the season's ended. He came out afterwards and said, if the assistant manager and the CEO didn't keep me calm and didn't calm my anger, I'd have released it 3 weeks earlier, and I'd have released players earlier. That's the kind of mentality Arteta needs. He needs that mentality of, if you're not going to turn up for me in a final, you're going in the summer. I don't care how much it costs. If they get over the line, Arsenal shouldn't repeat the mistakes of Liverpool. Because I think the big mistake from Liverpool, yes, they spent money in the summer after they won that league title, but I don't think they spent it in the right areas. I think they spent it in the wrong areas and just spent money for the sake of spending money. Arsenal cannot, if they win the Champions League or the Premier League or both, they cannot sit on this in the summer and go, that squad is enough for another one. Continuously add to it. Get a few more of the deadwood out of there. Get some more quality in that squad. And, people saying Arsenal have won the league tonight. They've given themselves a massive chance to, but I don't think it's done yet because we know what City can do. But to change my opinion, it is up to Arsenal to do that, not City. It is down to Arsenal and it is down to Arteta. And I know from mentality in the past, it's on you.
Yeah, I hear that. Big up King, man. Before I get King's thoughts on the game and the whole situation to win the league title, I just look at it like this. I think we need our feet on the ground. The players definitely cannot feel like it's over because it's not over. Yeah. And also, there's a lot of good things that we can take from the Fulham game. You know what I mean? This result and the Fulham game, I think. But like the fact that, Lewis Skelly finally in the midfield, Saka looking more like the Saka of old, Trossard probably having his best performance that he's had all season. Gyökeres finally getting some proper service so he can actually get some more goals. So a lot of issues there. I've been saying put Declan Rice in the 6 and play Lewis Skelly in the 8. Somebody that's comfortable in the ball, comfortable in the half turn, and help us transition and actually turn up and actually put a team to bed instead of waiting and trying to throw the kitchen sink at it in the next 10, 15 minutes of the game. So there was a lot of positives to take away. But at the same time, this isn't the first time City have dropped points and we've not gone on to capitalise.
Yeah.
You know, even when we started drawing against Liverpool, Brentford, Nottingham Forest. So we have been in this position already this season where we haven't capitalised. Obviously, you'd hope that Arteta's learned. But at the same time, even some of the good things that Arteta's done, he hasn't continuously done it. Dowman saved us against Everton. And then he doesn't play him at all in the League Cup final, you know, and yet he was the one that won us the game against Everton, you know, and saved us in that game. So we've seen that at times Arteta do the right thing, that then revert back to doing the wrong thing. You know, Ben White is still a calamity at right back. He's still a calamity at right back. Calafiori can be extremely inconsistent, even though he had a good game against Fulham. So as much as we can take away good things, he has got this favoritism when it comes to Zubimendi. And if he did really favour Lewis Skelly in the midfield, why is it taken so long to do that? You hope that he continues to play Lewis Skelly in the midfield, but he's persisted with Zubimendi. Also, the team has not consistently found Gyökeres. So are we going to get away from that? Because we've had glimpses of giving Gyökeres service, and then we've had loads of games where we haven't given him service, you know? Saka, cool, he turned up in this game, but he's been very consistent. Is he going to be consistent? Trossard was named one of the finishers. He's had a very inconsistent season. Yep. So there's still a lot of question marks within what we're doing because we haven't consistently done the right things. So that's why, for me, feet on the ground, at the end of the day, let's also be honest. We had our pressure moments this season, we have bottled all of them.
Yeah.
So this team still has a lot to prove to us mentally because when City was dropping points, we bottled it mentally to allow them back into the title race. There was a point in the season we should have been 15 points clear. There's a reason why we wasn't, because mentally we were bottling it. We also mentally bottled it against City in the League Cup final. Yep. Then we go on to bottle it against Southampton in the FA Cup, quarterfinals. Then we bottle it against City in the league. Then we bottle it against Bournemouth. So as much as I'm happy with the result today, I would have been even happier had they have lost the game. We've had the advantage over City multiple times this season. We've had opportunities to win stuff, and we have looked like bottle jobs. So let's not forget that. You can take the positives, but Arteta's given us reason to question him because he will tweak something that works and then go back to his favourites when he's scared and when things are on the line, trophies and when City are catching up to us. So there's still a lot of reason to be doubtful when it comes to Arteta, in my opinion. Like
it'd be very Arteta. It'd be very Arteta to maybe draw one or two games and try and see it out to make sure it goes to the final day because he loves the drama and he loves the whole kind of show and, you know, the whole fanfare of the final day. So it wouldn't surprise me if Arteta tries to play it what he would say is smart, what we would say wasn't smart. It won't surprise me if he played it a certain way to try and draw it out so it goes to the final day and it's like, oh yeah, we're in the driver's seat, you know, we've never been in this driving seat position before on the final day, and draw out those two games.
Whenever we have trophies on the line, tell me when he's gone for it. He doesn't go for it. League Cup final, he didn't go for it. He played defensive in the final. Southampton, he didn't go for it. He allowed Southampton to absolutely bully us. Yeah. When City were dropping points, he played defensive and didn't let the team open up. When you're going for trophies, you do need to take risks. Obviously, goals win games. How are you going to create goals? By making chances, by creating opportunities, by allowing players to play risky passes, by allowing yourself to push certain players up the field at certain points. We struggle to do that. You know, I feel like with Arteta, there's been no moment that anyone can tell me where he showed cojones. The only season, 22-23 season. Since then, he's showed no cojones to actually go for it, to win something. So there's still a lot of things where we look at Arteta And you look at him and think, how are you going to play against West Ham? I said this a couple of months ago. I said, when you get to this stage in the season, the worst is when you're going up against teams that are battling it out to get European spots and teams that are battling it to stay in this division. West Ham are in a relegation battle right now, which means that those are the kind of teams that you expect to fight, you expect a dogfight, you expect them to throw everything at it to remain in the division. It's a very tough game going up against teams like that. They've got nothing to lose and they've got everything to gain. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'd say the easiest of the 3 games you've got left is Burnley because their fate's already sealed, but they're still going to try and go out on a high without a manager. West Ham for me is going to be the hardest. And I'll tell you what, Palace is obviously going to be a bit different because it's Glasner's last game before leaving. So that'll be a whole kind of, could we stop Arsenal by that point? If not, see out Glasner on a high. From a West Ham perspective, this could be the hardest game for Arsenal out of the 3 league games left because West Ham, like you said, they're in a dogfight, they're in a battle, they're not in the driver's seat anymore. They're not going to go out and play open football. If anything, if Arsenal sit back against West Ham and do what you think they're going to do, which I think they could do as well, if they sit back against West Ham, all West Ham are going to do is just let Arsenal have the ball because they know they can shut out any creativity, bearing in mind Arteta locks the creative freedom of the wingers anyway in those situations. He's going to let them just have the ball, shut out the creativity or whatever's left of the creativity, and West Ham will just go direct. And if Arsenal aren't switched on at the back, like you said, Ben White's been inconsistent beyond belief. Calafiori's been inconsistent. The backline has had inconsistent moments as well with their strongest back 4. If they're not careful, switched on at the back, West Ham will just go direct, work it into the box or work it into the edge of the area, and they will find that shot because they'll have a number 10 or a midfielder on the playmaker role that is not afraid to shoot from outside of the box, unlike Ødegaard. That's why Eze, for me, has to... like I said, Arteta's got to go for it against West Ham. He's got to go for it. Eze has to start. Gyökeres has to start. I think Saka will probably start. I wouldn't be against Dalman starting alongside Saka. I think that'd be a great partnership to see what happens there. I'd like to see Rice and Lewis Skelly in the midfield. Unfortunately, I think Timber's still recovering from injury, so I think it will be Ben White from right back, but I think have Saka on that right-hand side and obviously Rice on that right-hand side of the midfield pairing just to give you a bit more cover. Saliba and Gabriel. Left back, I could see that probably being either Calafiori or someone else. And obviously Raya in goal. I wouldn't start Kepa at all this season. I put Raya in goal for the last 5 games regardless. So it's a very easy lineup Arsenal need to go with, but you just know there's going to be 1 or 2 complications in there that's going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons and make people think, hang on, are we actually going to get 3 points here? I can just see it being one of those things. But for me, that's the lineup that wins you the game. 100%.
Yeah, no, this is what I'm saying. But you know, we've had games, you know, this season. We performed really well in the Champions League, but then there was times that wasn't reflective back in the Premier League. So we've had some good games this season. We've had some good results this season in terms of performance and result. But we've been extremely inconsistent. There's been way too... People talk about City's inconsistency. Arsenal's inconsistency is what allowed City to be this close anyway. League should have been wrapped up anyway. Let's just be real about it. You know, the league should have been done. And ultimately, City doesn't win the league. Cool, it's a failure in terms of sporting-wise, but their Pep tenure has been a success. They're a team in transition. They're a team that is rebuilding. You know what I mean? And ultimately, all the pressure's on us. All the pressure.
If anything, City's probably favourites to win it next year because he said if they don't win it this year, it's like Ferguson with United. When they lose a Premier League title, they're giving it everything they've got to win it the next year. Pep will not leave until he wins at least another Premier League title. And he'll try and knowing Pep's mentality, he'll go for a quadruple next season just to make up for the fact he didn't win a title this year. That's just Pep's mentality. And that's why I said to you before, Northside, Arsenal can't settle on this squad next season. You've got to add the quality to it and remove more of the dead wood. You can't sit on what you've got if you win the league this year and the Champions League or either. You can't sit on the squad you've got. You've got to add to it and remove the dead wood because Pep will just keep on improving. Liverpool, I don't think they'll have a good season next year. I think they'll just scrape top 4 or 5 and sort of get sacked either midway through or by the end of the season. Chelsea's in a mess. I think United may just get top 4 again, but I think Carrick's going to be Ole Gunnar Solskjaer part 2 unless he pulls something out of the bag. Tottenham's already a mess anyway. So who's left? You've got your surprise candidates for Europe, if you will, your Bournemouths, your Brentford, your Brightons. They'll keep improving under their current models. Arsenal can't settle on what they've got, even if they win the title next year. I'll say that to AFTV. I'll say that to Sky Sports. I'll say it to TalkSport. If Arsenal win the league this year, they can't settle with this squad again next season. They've got to add to it because people just improve. And like you said, Pep's going to go for it. Next season, he will 100% go for it. And he won't just settle on one. If Pep's last year will be next season, if that is the case, Pep will want to go out on 4 trophies, not just one. They'll want to go out on 4.
I don't never. If we win the league this season, that'll be enough for this fan base. They
of course it will.
They will rest on that for the next 6 years. I mean, they've wanted to have the job for 6 years without winning anything. So
went to a gal that said if Arteta wins the Premier League or the Champions League, he deserves a statue. And we've got people at other clubs having statues for winning multiple trophies.
Listen, if he wins me the Champions League, I 100% agree that he should have a statue. Because we've never had a manager to win us a European trophy.
Yeah, I agree with that.
One in a Cup Winners' Cup. So I would have no problems if Arteta had a statue if he wins the Champions League. Premier League, no. But if he wins the Champions League, yes. You know what I'm saying? If he wins either, I'm happy for him to stay. You know what I mean? Because even though I don't like the football, ultimately it's about winning trophies. And if you win the trophy, then it is what it is. You know what I mean? You need another goal because you've won the trophy. I'm not going to move the goalposts just because I don't like the football. Do I think that we could retain it, play in the way that we play? No, I don't. I think we'd get easily figured out.
Found out.
Yeah, I think we'll get found out next season, playing the way that we play. But at the same time, just win me this Prem. You know what I mean? Yeah. Just win me this Prem, and maybe this fan base will wake up and realize the size of this club once we get the taste for a Premier League title, and then they start realizing that you don't need to settle for mediocrity. But it is what it is. King, I know you've been waiting patiently, bro. What was your thoughts on today's game, City Everton?
Yeah, big up Northside, big up the whole panel. Yeah. Today was a madness, bro. Tonight was a madness, bro. Like, City in the first half controlled the game in the first half. Like, they had a lot of possession. They were controlling the game well. Doku took his goal really well. Obviously the first one. And then Mark Gay, fam, Mark Gay just does an absolute madness. I don't know what that pass was from Gay. That is awful, bro. I don't know what that pass was from Gay. That back pass was absolutely awful. And when he made that mistake and Everton scored that goal, ever since then, City did not recover, bro. And then from the corner, bro, O'Brien is just free, bro. You know what I mean? He just gets a free header off, and then literally, I think Nunes for the third goal slips for the first goal. City's defense was slipping all over the place in the second half. I seen Kusanov slipping. I see Nunes slipping. Like they were slipping all over the place, bro. And in that second half, and obviously fair play to Everton, they put them under some pressure, and they obviously got the goals. Haaland did well to get a goal back at 3-2, and then obviously Doku took his goal well yet again. I don't rate Jeremy Doku, but Jeremy Doku was probably City's best player today. He was probably City's best player today. So he took his goals very, very well. And yes, it's advantage Arsenal. Do I think the league is over? No, I don't think the league is over yet, because I think obviously City have to go and beat Brentford. I think they will just about beat Brentford at the Etihad. But the game for me for Arsenal, the game is against West Ham. That game against West Ham is vital, bro, because West Ham are going to be even more hungry now, because the fact that they lost 3-0 against Brentford, and the fact that Tottenham also beat Aston Villa as well, they are going to be even more hungry for that game. And obviously, depending on what Arteta does, if he starts Ødegaard or if he keeps Lewis Skelly and he keeps Eze, it depends if he keeps the same lineup against Fulham, because in that that performance I saw against Arsenal, that performance that I saw against Fulham, fam, I haven't seen it once this season. I haven't even seen it. I haven't even seen it once in like 2 seasons, bro. You get me? Like, bro, and you think to yourself, why didn't Northside probably thinking to himself, yeah, like, why did Arteta take this long to play Lewis Skelly in the midfield instead of Zubimendi, and why did it take him so long to play Eze instead of Ødegaard? Because you can see with Ødegaard and Zubimendi in the team, you can see that they slow it down, bro. They slow down. They slow down the build-up play. You saw with Lewis Skelly in that midfield, and with Eze, like the direct passing, like quality, bro. Like quality, bro. Like Lewis Skelly is quality, bro. And the fact that Arteta hasn't given that guy hardly any minutes, bro, is criminal, bro. It's criminal, bro, because and when he has give Skelly minutes, yeah, he's played them as a left back, bro. When he's not a left back, bro, he's a midfielder. Like
been saying it.
Understand, so like yes, people might say Gyökeres hasn't been great this season and this and that, but when you play the ball quickly and direct, yeah, when you whip in the ball first time to Gyökeres, like he's going to score, bro. You get it? So like, bro, like, but I don't know what it is, but a lot of these managers.
How do we get in? He don't.
Yeah, like a lot of these managers just like to overcomplicate things, bro. They just love to overcomplicate things, bro. It's not hard, bro. Play the ball quickly into Gyökeres in the box, he will score. Play Lewis Skelly. Play Lewis Skelly instead of Zubimendi. Play Eze instead of Ødegaard. It's not hard, bro. We can all do it. We can all do it, bro. We're not managers, bro. You get it? We can all do this, bro. It's basic logic, fam. You know them ones. So obviously it's a good result for Arsenal.
It's got time now. Look at time now.
It's crazy how he don't see it, to be honest.
It's crazy. It's a good result for Arsenal, but Arsenal still have to do the business. They have to go and beat West Ham, bro. Because if they don't go and beat West Ham, obviously City need to win their other game as well. But obviously, I think they will slightly edge Brentford. But if Arsenal beat West Ham, that will be massive, bro. Because that West Ham, like I said, bro, these men are going to be doing the elbows, fab. You know what I'm saying? These men are going to be doing the ultimate dark arts, fab. Especially what Tottenham did, fam. Especially when Tottenham got that win. So, yeah, man. Like this,
I don't think Brentford will edge. I don't think City will edge Brentford. I think Brentford will have a good go with that. I think Brentford will get a point out of that one. I think Brentford, like I said, Brentford are fighting for Europe as well. Like if they get at least a point out of City, they're probably nearly guaranteed for Europe. And Bournemouth, Brighton, and Brentford nearly guaranteed for Europe. How mental is that, by the way? But yeah,
I'm not convinced with City. To be honest, I'm not convinced with City. They play the ball outside the box. They don't do anything. Hey, you look at the Burnley game. You know, they had 99.5% possession in that Burnley game and only won 1-0. I'm not convinced with that whatsoever.
It's like Donnarumma as well. It's like as well when City tried to play out from the back as well, and then when they try to play backwards, when they try and play the ball from out the back, every time Donnarumma does not look comfortable, bro. Even in the Arsenal and City game, bro. When Donnarumma made that mistake because he was taking too long on the ball. Every time when they seem to pass the ball to Donnarumma from out the back, they look shaky, bro. And like,
Everton should have had another goal if the goal scorer put it either side of Donnarumma.
And Jai should have had a hat trick, bro. And Jai should have had a hat trick in that second half. And Jai should have had a hat trick. But I don't know what Gay was doing. Bro. Gay must have done a Ramsdale thing and saw the birds up in the sky. I don't know what that guy saw. I don't know what that guy saw.
That is the Stevie G moment of 2026.
I don't know what that guy was doing.
That was ridiculous.
That is up there with one of the most biggest mistakes in Premier League history.
Bro, he saw birds in the sky. Like he saw Slippy G. He lost concentration, bro. He saw the birds in the sky, bro. Where to Ramsdale? That's what happened, bro. That's what happened. It was.
I think he half forgot it. I think he half forgot that the player was offside. And once he passes it, the rule is it don't count anymore, so the player can go on and score if he recollects.
Yeah, because it's another phase of play. Yeah, because he's touched. Exactly. He's touched the ball, so that means it's another phase of play, bro. That's why the goal. That's why the goal was.
At first, I thought it was offside, and then I saw that Gueye did the pass back, and I was like, "Oh God, what have you?" That's why I think it's up there with Slippy G as one of the mistakes in Premier League history. That's on him. If they lose the title, that's on Mark Gueye. And what a signing that's turned out to be.
Yeah, man. Like, I don't know what he saw.
The hooks are there waiting patiently. What he said.
Shameless. 12-time hooks, you know.
Big up,
I'm just sitting here wondering why Northside looks vexed, bro. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, by the way, we just won the league. The league was just won, bro, and man looks vexed, bro. I hear you.
Not yet.
It's not won yet.
No, it's done. The thing's done, man. I was saying from time the thing's done, and man,
you've got the advantage.
Bear man talking about these man are sharks and them man are dory, bro. Like I'm telling man, we're Japanese, bro. We chef anything up in the sea, bro. Like we chef up anything in the sea, bro.
Bro, trust me, I've got experience of winning the league title. You've got the advantage. You just need to get it over the line now.
I think you'll win it. I do think you'll win it. I do think you'll win it.
The thing's done. It's over, man. Like, look, yeah.
It ain't over yet, bro. It comes down to points.
Man. It's finished.
I do heavily favour Arsenal to win it now. I think it is all but done. But what I will say is, if you do end up losing it from this point, Arteta should be sat on the spot at full time.
Should have won it middle of the season, to be fair.
That's all cool. Like, that's all whatever, innit? Like, that's all fine. But the league's done. It's finished. It's over. Like, Bearman always wanna act. Bearman always wanna act me.
Man's already celebrating.
Man wanna act me when Arsenal.
Bro, you got the open top bus already set up.
I hope so. Because I need to confirm the date, because I'm heading out to America, so I need to make sure that man's still here. You get me? The thing's done. The thing's done, bro.
Thing is, we had a former Arsenal player in our squad, so I've got like a soft spot for Arsenal in terms of my respect level for him. So
wait,
I'm kind of hoping. I support Doncaster, so we had an ex-Arsenal youth player in Joe with us for quite a few years. He's won a league title with us last season. I've got a soft spot for Arsenal for that reason, but it's also kind of glad because obviously my dad, who's now passed away, he was United for over 40 years. So this kind of, I'm kind of laughing at him right now up there, like, City's going to bottle it, but he'll be happy anyway because he's United. So,
I just want to ask Hooks, have you already won the Champions League as well?
Alright, hear me out. Yeah, that one there. It's a bit trickier. Like we're in the final, but I can't lie. And me personally, I don't know about other Arsenal fans in it, but I would rather Bayern in the final than PSG. I think if it's PSG, I think we got big problems, because
I agree with that.
They're like where we will lose the game, or potentially, because it's a final, so you never know in it. But where we will potentially lose the game is the midfield battle, in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whereas I feel like against Bayern, like we've already gone up against their A-grade attack. Do you know what I mean? And they only scored one goal. We locked them out the whole time. So, like, I'm more comfortable in our defense
Yeah.
handling their attack than our midfield being able to battle with PSG's midfield. Innit?
Yeah, but every
I
time
do- I
we
do- I
play
do-
them,
It's different. It's different, bro. Like this, no disrespect, Hawks, but it's different. It's different when it's the group stage and it's the final, bro. Like let's be honest with it. It's different, bro. It's different pressure, bro. It's not the
I hear
same, bro.
that. I hear that. Like, obviously, when we get to the fight, it's like it'll be the first time these men have been in a Champions League fight. Like all of the bar Havertz, because Havertz been in the Champions League.
We won it twice when it was a proper competition.
I look, yeah. You see these man, yeah. Well, yeah, innit? Yeah. You see these. I swear, these. Northside, yeah. You know what, yeah. Like, this is the thing, yeah. Man that know me.
Go on, you'll get to it eventually.
There was a long period of time where I was streaming like 3-4 times a day. Yeah, like there was a long period of time where whenever Arsenal got smoked, but I was the guy that, bro, it wasn't all you, man. It was me. I was going everywhere. I was on this brother's stream, that brother's stream, getting corned by this City fan, that Chelsea fan, this Liverpool fan. Bro, I have Real Madrid fans, Barcelona fans at me on Twitter when we get smoked. Like, bro, I was going through it all. Yeah. So these man now, all saying this, I find it a bit disrespectful because I'm not jumping on streams because Arsenal was losing, because Arsenal was winning and I wasn't jumping on streams.
Yeah.
It's just that simple, bro. Like, it's not because Arsenal was losing. Do you know what I mean? I've been, and you know what, yeah, this is very disrespectful, yeah, because I had to support Arsenal when I had man like Mustafi and Kolasinac and Skilacci and them man there in it. You know what I mean? Them dance hall rhythms. That's what I had to go through Arsenal within it. So I find that very disrespectful in it. You know what I mean?
Go further back. You got Andre Santos.
Exactly. I had to go through Arsenal with no DM. We had no six for time. We never replaced Vieira, bro. Like, nah, I'm sorry, man can't run this lyric on, but it's fine because like these man run this lyric because obviously, like I support Arsenal in a different way to them, innit? That's all it is, really. I follow football in a different way, innit? And it's fine, it's cool, innit? But no one can ever try not run them lyrics on me because there's loads of content out there, you know. I'm on hella people's thumbnails. Do you know what I mean? Northside was chefing me up for time. and you know what, yeah? Every time I've been wrong, I've jumped on Northside's channel and been like, you know what, bro, I'm sorry, you were right.
Yeah.
I respect that. I respect.
Yeah,
Bro, that's funny. Bro, Hooks
he shows up. He shows up.
Yeah, bro. Hooks has been trying to unite the whole Arsenal fan base all season, bro. Like Hooks, I tried to do, bro. He tried to do the freaking Goku. You know when Goku in Dragon Ball Super was getting all the guys in Universe 7 to unite against the other universes. That's what Hooks been doing, bro. You know what I mean? He's been uniting the whole Arsenal fan base, bro.
No, bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. I was trying to be Moses. I was trying to split the sea for all of the Arsenal fans so we could all link up and make it to the other side. And now, it's mad because we're finally getting to the other side. And now all the Arsenal fans want to slew me, bro. I'm bare confused.
Hold on, one sec. Why am I always worried, about no fame happy, no fame this? It's not done, bro. You know what I mean? Hooks can say what he wants. That's his opinion. He can have his opinion. It is what it is. Yeah. At the end of the day, I got PTSD when it comes to this club. So sorry, but I'm not going to ignore the fact that we have not been looking good, that we have been shit the last couple of weeks. We've been shit most of the season. Yeah, scamming it. Which is, we have been the team. This is the facts right now. We have been the team. This should have been over. Hooks is almost correct. This should have been over. We should have been 15, 16 points clear. Hold on.
Yeah.
This should have been wrapped up a long time ago. Yeah. We've got City on a rebuild. We've got Chelsea falling off a cliff. We've got Man United that's trying to now come back and have a decent end to a season. Yeah. We've got Liverpool that have been shambolic. This should have been over a long time. When we've had pressure...
Been over a long time.
Hold on. I didn't interrupt you. Hold on. when there's been pressure on Arsenal, we have crumbled at every hurdle. When we could have extended. When we could have extended the lead, we went on a run of dropping points when City were dropping points. We were toothless in the Carabao Cup final. The whole fan base had a meltdown when we lost 3-2 to Man United. They were pissed off when we drew to Brentford. They were pissed off and they had a meltdown when we lost against Bournemouth.
I didn't.
So at the end of the day, the majority did, because I clip people up and I see what they're saying online. You haven't been online.
The majority. It was minority.
Best performance against Fulham the whole season.
They did, because at the end of the day, I go through what everybody's saying and I put it all together. You already know what I do on this channel. Yeah, I saw the consensus after the Man United game. The majority, whether Arteta in or out,
I can vouch for that because I've seen the stream.
Yes, they was. And this is the thing I don't like about this fan base. They have meltdowns and then they try to gaslight me into, oh no, we always believe. No. Bournemouth, majority of the Arsenal fans were crashing out. Don't even try it, because I have evidence on this channel. I'm not saying you specifically, because you haven't been active that much, because
I only speak for me.
Yeah, no, but it doesn't matter what you said. I'm talking about the majority because I clicked them up. So man can't.
I wish I clicked them up as well. Northside.
We're not going to debate this, because I always got the evidence in it. The majority of the fan base were having meltdowns. I remember seeing even a gal saying,
"How does that matter?"
Oh, after the Bournemouth game, as just an example, even saying, oh, "I don't want to do no streams until Arsenal get another win." Oh, why has this always happened? I see the meltdowns in it, but this is what happens every season with this fan base. I also believe,
why does it matter though?
If we do win the league, it's going to be the whole, oh, no, what you saying. At the end of the day, I want to win the league. This is why I've been so angry. My whole point has been, it's not acceptable to be losing and to be popping up and being
You kept it real the whole way through.
Hopefully, if we do win, man can start understanding why I've been pissed off. And if we do bottle it, I don't want no one chat to me, questioning me, my opinions ever again. Because I've been right for 5 years.
That's a double standard, though.
But then, hold on. Because you say you don't like people interrupting you. You've interrupted me like 25 times. I didn't
you have actually interrupted me 25 times.
I didn't interrupt you. No, I didn't interrupt you.
I'm not interrupting you. I'm making comments about
That's 26. That's 27. Stop interrupting.
Say 5 words because now I'm saying the truth about Arsenal Football Club. At the end of the day, it's this. Really and truly, I could do the petty thing and say, why do I need to change my opinion when the facts are, let's say, hypothetically, Arsenal win the league this season, yeah? Let's say it's done. Let's say Hooks is right, Arsenal win the league. I've got to change my opinion because factually, now they're correct. But when I've been factually correct for 5 years, they never want to change their opinion. It's funny how all of a sudden we have to work on facts when it suits the narrative. But when it's actually been bottling after year, believe. But if we win the league, what are you saying now? So we only pick the facts when the facts is in your favour. This is my thing. Even if he wins it this season, like I said, he keeps his job for me. Yeah. If he wins the Champions League, give him a statue. I've stayed consistent about that. Yeah. Yep. But he doesn't win me next season. Yeah. I want him gone because you've had 6 years to build this shit. Yeah. So keep your job, but I want extra major. Don't be telling me, oh, but you won the league last season. Fuck all that. Loser mentality. Yeah.
I won't even give him a statue, to be honest.
If there's a time to right now have a little domination, it's right now. Liverpool, we don't know what's going on with them. City, Pep looks like his head is gone. Yeah. We've even had City this season complaining. We had their players talking about referees against us. Rodri even came out. Their heads look gone. Pep's making stupid mistakes. Certain games he doesn't even play DM. Do you know what I'm saying? He's been making silly mistakes. Playing non-fullbacks in the fullback position. They've been a mess. This team is supposed to now go on and win. Do you know why? Because we're playing catch up, bruv. Yeah? Because for 6 years, only one Prem. After all the money spent, and we're keeping our best players. And we're probably going to go out in the summer and spend more money. No. I don't want to hear nothing about let's just be content with one Prem. Next season, all the Arsenal fans talking spicy. His job is still on the line. It doesn't stop because we win it this season if we do. Yeah? Keep him. The standards don't drop now because you won one. Oh, what you man saying? Because I feel like, not saying, once again, not Hooks, because Hooks gets defensive. I ain't saying Hooks said it. But a lot of this fan base here, they care more about proving a point about this manager's great. Fuck this guy, bro. One Prem in 6 years when you spend £1 billion, keep your best players, bruv. Is man crazy?
What? And I'm supposed to go doing back somersaults and that. Nah, go. I want to win majors back to. I want to win multiple major honors, bro. Multiple major honors. Yeah, it doesn't end this season because man are like, oh yeah, but Arteta won. See, what were you saying? What do you mean? What am I saying? I support Arsenal. I don't support Barnet, bruv. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna still stay on this in Arteta's neck, but I will give him props if he wins it. You're supposed to win it this season, yeah? Which is why this fan base was saying October champions, because they didn't even believe in the competition. You've kept this competition alive, where City are still in it, yeah? I don't think we're winning the Champions League, in my opinion, because he ain't got no answers for PSG or Bayern. And when you say, oh, but we already beat Bayern, every single time we face them when it's knockout football, yeah, they have our number. And last time we faced them, it was the worst Bayern team I have probably ever seen, yeah, and we still lost, and they were pathetic. And their manager Tuchel was already got his P45. So I don't want to hear it. Arsenal, when it comes to Europe and it's knockout football and the pressure's on, it gets to us. We couldn't even handle the pressure on against Southampton in the FA Cup. We couldn't handle the flipping pressure against Man City that were there for the taking in the Carabao Cup final. This is a City nobody respects. Hooks is already saying the title race is over. Yeah, but when where did we have the cojones when we faced them in the cup final and we faced them in the league? So I listen. I don't have no problem giving Arteta props, yeah. But I've seen
you're a good comedy man
this season, bro. Yeah, and this team still has a lot to prove to me because I've never said Arsenal can't compete. Our problem has been getting over the top. Yeah, so let's see innit? Because even this whole running, every time we've had pressure in the cups, what have we done? We folded. What? Man, wanna gaslight me? No, let me see. Don't tell me it's over. To get knocked out by Southampton that are in the Championship, what were they, like 7th in the Championship? That's pathetic. To get out this season, we struggled against Mansfield Town. But I beg you, don't gaslight me. I've seen bottle after bottle with this club. So I will be happy when I see armpits in the air, I'm relieved. Hooks, celebrate, say what you got to say. But until then, I have PTSD. I'm sorry. This club has let me down way too many times.
Can I ask you a question? I don't want people.
After you ask this question, Hooks, I just want to add a couple of things onto what you said previously afterwards as well. Go on.
Alright, cool. Northside, when
that was like a Braveheart speech by Northside. I'm not being funny, but that was like a Braveheart speech.
Yeah, man, it's like Northside says this stuff all the time, innit? So I hear the lingo all the time, innit? You know what I mean? Like even when I talk to him in person, like he says the same stuff, innit? So I heard it all before, innit? That's why you don't call it interrupting. I call it. I know what's gonna happen. He's gonna. There's bare things I wanted to respond to, but I've not been able to, innit? But whenever you seen Arsenal,
it's down to common sense and just waiting for someone to say something before you talk.
Yeah. Bro, like. Honestly, allow it. So, when have you seen Arsenal win a Prem back-to-back, bro?
Never.
Say that again?
When have you seen Arsenal win a Prem back-to-back?
No, I've never seen us win it back-to-back.
So, alright, so what is this standard of, alright, cool, boom, you win the league this year, you got to win, like, if you don't win the league again next year, curtains. But Arsenal have never won a league back-to-back.
So you've done 4 in a row.
Man United have done it.
That's all.
3 times, yeah.
I know
3 times.
I know.
Let me answer it. You asked me a question. Is there a rhetorical question then? You asked me a question, can I answer it? I've just told you I've never seen us do it. Yeah? I never saw City win anything in Europe, but guess what? Pep made it happen. Yeah? Before, I never saw Chelsea finishing before the Abramovich money. I never saw them winning everything that they won, but they did it. They've completed football. They've completed football in the sense of they've won everything that they could win that's out there. So why do I have to restrict my club because they've never done it before? So what if they haven't done it before? Because I saw Wenger, with less money being spent, finding gems in the market, losing his best players, and still giving me trophies. When this football club told me we want to be like Bayern to move to the Emirates, I'm going to hold you to that. Because it was already winning Prems before in Highbury. Now we're spending more money. I'm hearing talks about we may expand the Emirates. I don't begrudge Arsenal making money, but with money comes expectation. Because when Chelsea earn money, we hold them to the money that they spend. When City would spend money, there's an expectation. We now spend spend with the big boys, and we're still looking to expand the stadium and do all the rest of it. We don't even lose our best players anymore. Yeah, and we go out there. We needed Gyökeres as a missing piece. We got it. Eze, then I have expectation, bro.
No, I'm not talking about having the expectation. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about that.
That's my standard, isn't it? That's my standard.
That's a standard, bro. That's a standard.
Like, can we? Cool. I hear it. The buzzword standard. That's fine. But that's not what I'm talking about.
It's not about buzzwords. It's about reality,
bro. You was the same guy that told me man was cutting him off 26 times, and now you're cutting me off every time, bro. Like, what?
Okay, fair enough. I cut you off.
Like, I'm not talking about all this stuff. I'm talking about the reality of football. That's what I'm talking about. So for you, before this season's even finished, yeah, because in your mind it's not finished yet. Before this season's even finished, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's some mechanism to fight against all the man that hate on you, and that's fine, innit? But that's not what I'm doing, innit? What I'm saying is, if Arteta goes out and he wins the Premier League this season, yeah, but doesn't win it next season, why is that grounds for him to lose it? The only way I could see grounds for him losing his job or being sacked next season if he doesn't win the league is if it's like a mad thing, like Arsenal finish 4th or 5th or 6th or 7th, or we do what Liverpool did this year. If we do what Liverpool did this year, then I'll be like, alright, cool, that's a bit mad, especially from the position of strength that we're in and the expected money we are to spend in the window. To me, that would make sense. But if it's like man missed out on the title by like 2 points, like but then he won an FA Cup, or he won a League Cup, or he won a Champions League, like that's trophies in back-to-back seasons. I haven't seen that Arsenal for a long time.
Yeah, I know, but so this is my response to what you just said. If I wanted to be wrong and strong against the people that don't like me, I would say even if he wins the league, sack him. So I'm not trying to be wrong and strong, am I? I'm standing to my expectation of any Arsenal manager, especially at this point of money spent. It's been way too long. Also, the overall picture is he was supposed to win it in 4 years, I was told. It took Klopp 4 years. He's late on that. So guess what? I need more trophies. Because one, in 6 years, with everything he's got that Wenger didn't have, I'm not hearing it. Ain't my fault he bottled it 22-23 season. Ain't my problem. Ain't my problem he got a lot of signings wrong, which is why we have to keep rebuilding. Not my problem. He should have picked up a Europa League along the way as well. I don't care. He's fallen short. I don't care. He's got no excuses with me. He's been given everything a manager could be given. Everything. There's not one thing anybody could tell me that this guy's not had. So I'm not hearing it.
But only Arsenal come in the league.
He falls short is not my problem. Yeah, and at the end of the day, yeah, I had the same expectation for Wenger. And when Wenger was leaving, we just about started spending the money, and Wenger was still dealing with certain things that he didn't have. This guy gets everyone he wants. We've got a sporting director that can get the players that he wants. The money being spent. People told me wait till phase 4. Then phase 4 didn't come. Wait. Now I'm tired of waiting. No, I'm tired. I don't care no more about waiting. No.
You wouldn't have waited because we would have won the league.
At the end of the day, for me, he's already fallen short because he shouldn't be in the job anyway. He shouldn't be here anyway. He's here because of the grace of fans like yourself that want to keep giving it a go. No, I'm tired of it, Hawks. Yeah, and I'll hold this standard. If we do get rid of him, let's say hypothetically he doesn't win it this season, yeah, you will see if we get another manager that I want, I'll still hold them accountable. It's not about the manager. For me, it's about
what, a first season thing them done.
No. But have they been here 6 years? You're being disingenuous.
No. Because correct me if I'm wrong. Like
any manager that comes
correct me if I'm wrong though.
They got 2 years. They got 2 years.
But correct me if I'm wrong though. Like you're using the money spent for Arteta, which is not even $1 billion, but I hear it. You guys want to round up billion. Whatever.
It's over $1 billion.
You want to use that, yeah?
Okay.
So that must mean that our squad is strong enough to win the league, no? So,
I've already told you this.
So if you hire someone, in your mind, that's better than Arteta, but they don't win the league with this squad, even though Arteta would have won the league with this squad, then surely it should be a first season in and out thing, no? Because that next manager will have no excuse.
What's quite funny is Pep spent less money in the same amount of time and won more trophies than Arteta. He's got to get it over the line this season.
Oh, that's a bit mad though.
Hooks
That's a bit mad though.
Yeah, to make a point. Hooks wants to be disingenuous to make a point. If I get another manager in, no, hold on.
No,
Stop trying to make it seem like Arteta's tenure starts this season if we win the league, because you're being disingenuous. So if I get a new manager, if I get a new manager, yeah, he gets 2 years. Yes, I expect some trophy because the team is good enough. I've been saying it all season anyway, so I don't even know why you're asking me this. I've been saying it all season, the squad is good enough to win the league, yeah? But the new manager would come, let's say, for example, Hansi Flick, he completely changes the way that we play. So they need to get used to that. Cool. Let's say they fall short the first season. Second season, you need to get it right because the personnel are there. That's it. This manager's had 6 years and you're looking at me. No. This manager's had 6 years and you look at me square in the face and trying to make it seem like, oh, but why would you not give this manager? Why does he have to win it again? Why does he have to do it again?
Your standard,
what are you talking about?
I'm not working off my standard. I'm working off your standard, bro.
I've already told you my standard. You just don't like my standards because there's an actual expectation.
No. I don't like.
That's why you don't like it. Because you.
Arteta is a clown. That's all I'm saying.
I don't like all the
people like Hooks. I don't like all this. I stay on this manager's neck because these people will go on about, I've got standards. No, North. I've told you before. If he doesn't win it, but then you're there looking at me like, but why would you? Why does he have to win it again? Exactly, because you accept failure. Because you just want to keep the manager in a job. You want to keep the manager in a job. Fuck this guy.
No.
Fuck Arteta. I don't care.
I'll be real.
Fuck this guy, bro. I don't give a shit.
It's like
I've seen Wenger walk. This guy ain't done nothing for my club. He ain't done nothing for me to do.
That's all well and good.
And if you don't like the fact that I'm holding on to
that's all well and good. That's all well and good.
6 years.
Oaks, can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question?
Go to.
What do you see in Arteta that nobody sees?
I don't see anything. That's the maddest thing. I'm not an Arteta fan like that. Like my thing is, I don't live in this social media bubble where Arsenal only existed from when Arteta joined. Because all I know is the last time I saw Arsenal win a Prem was 2004. So the brother, I don't even care who it is. It could be Sean Dyche. I don't care who it is. Whoever wins, man, that Premier League after 24 years, bro. By the way, you can't tell me if he doesn't win it next season. No matter the context, he has to be sacked. To me, that don't make no sense.
Yes, I can.
Bro, it's 6 years. It's 6 fucking years.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It took him. Okay, look, yeah. It would have Arsenal win the league. It would have taken Arteta 6 years to win the league with Arsenal. Okay, cool.
That is disgraceful.
I hate all of that. No, but you can't say that's
manager couldn't do better.
No.
Guys, I've got to go. Because my next door neighbour is banging on my wall.
He's leaving mad. Go. But you can't use that because, by the way, Arsenal haven't won the league since.
Yes, I can.
I'm out of here, mate. I'm out of here.
I can't use
Take care, guys.
I can't use that.
Yes, I can use that. Because factually, there's loads of managers that are better than him, and factually, they've won more.
Oh, that's great, man.
So what are you talking about?
That's great.
This guy trying to tell me that Hansi Flick with the money and the time wouldn't have won what this guy's won, or Enrique. Are you buzzing? Are you high?
Up against Pep.
What?
Up against Pep's Man City.
So
up against Pep's Man City. Allow it,
bro. Can I ask Hooks a question? Yeah. Can I ask him? So if Arteta was to win, if Arteta, you said the league is done. So if Arteta wins the league this season, how long are you giving Arteta? How long?
No. My thing is, it's about the context. Yeah.
Fuck the context, man.
It's about the context. Because
what context?
No, but it's about the context. What do you mean? Forget the context. What are we?
And then he says he doesn't do the internet thing. What do you mean? Forget
what do you mean? Forget the context? No, it's not an internet thing because context is a word in the it's a word in the dictionary and it applies to so many more things outside of football, bro.
Keep talking about context. Only you lot keep saying.
No. Not only us lot.
Hooks, can I say something about this context thing? Because I do football coaching. I coach at Lincoln City at the minute as part of the Pro Football Academy. Big up, man. And on the context thing, right? Because again, I'll openly say it. I'm not Arteta's biggest fan. I said to you, North, I didn't think he would do the job anyway. When you say context, do you not just take into account the trophy side of it, the football side of it? Do you also take into account, in terms of what you mean by context, like the the culture side of it in terms of what he mentally does around the place?
Sorry. When I say context, I'm speaking purely about how the season goes.
Right. Okay. Do you judge it season by season or judge it overall, just from your context?
I judge it personally. Me personally, I judge it season by season, innit?
Right.
And the reason why I judge it season by season is because every new season we sign new players.
Yeah.
Every new season, every other team signs new players.
Yeah.
Like, for example, last season, Liverpool, they ran away with the league. But this season, them man queft by the wayside. Them man get smoked by Man United. Them man were laughing at Man United last season. Because football changes. Like, football's not this thing where it's like, 24 years ago, Arsenal won the Premier League. So that means every single season after that, Arsenal must win the Premier League. That's not how football works, bro. Like, it changes every season, bro. Man City, 2 years ago, was killing guys. They won the league 4 years in a row. Look how they've been this season. But man will sit there and tell me context is an internet thing. Allow it. It's a thing in the real world.
So just to add to that, Hooks, as well, because I get that season by season approach, but I'll add my context into it. Do you also take into account, even if you take it season by season, do you also think in the back of your mind, but last season we were here at this time, we're underneath that at the same time this next season? Do you have this worry of digression? Do you have last season in the back of your mind as well as taking it season by season from that part of context?
Oh, yeah, 100%. So, like, say, for example, this same point next season, we're fourth. I'm going to be like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I'm going to do that. But my thing is, like, I don't have a problem with anyone not wanting Arteta to be the manager. Honestly, I don't care. I don't care. He don't pay my bills. Do you know what I mean? I'm not related to him. Do you get me? He don't call my phone. He don't send me no peas. He don't do nothing. I don't care. My only thing I don't understand is how you can blanket things and not actually look at the context. Because if there's a big difference between losing out on the league, like we did in 23-24, where it was a 1 game difference, to doing what Liverpool did this year, it's vastly different. Like, vastly, it's not comparable. So to just say blanket, if he doesn't win the league, sack him, to me, that don't make no sense. That makes sense.
Just like it didn't make no sense that the youth project hasn't actually bared any fruit yet. Just like it didn't make sense to you that we were supposed to win the league last season because apparently everyone else is finished, but Liverpool with Slot come in and win it. Just like it doesn't make sense to you that you guys said.
But what did I say last season? What did I say last season?
Who's interrupting now?
No, but what did I say? Because now you're being disingenuous.
I didn't interrupt you.
Cool. Sorry, my bad. Your channel.
Let me let my point.
Yeah, go on. Do what you want. Your channel.
There's a lot of things that didn't make no sense to you. Just like it didn't make no sense when you man were gassing up Havertz. When you man were gassing up Zinchenko, when you man were telling me that Fabi Vieira,
I didn't gas up Zinchenko.
There's a lot of things that people that on your side, you lost
one side,
a lot of mad things. Yeah, a lot of mad things that didn't make sense to you. But I'll just be real. Nothing that you guys have said have come true yet. So let's just chill. I'm happy with today's result.
Not true.
I'm sure you're happy with today's result. No, because you do say a lot of things that sound like that side, and you do repeat certain things that they say.
No, but Northside, please, man. You know I don't like it, man.
You back this manager in a way, the same way that they do it.
And you know I don't like it though, man.
When I come at what you say, but you back him as if it's crazy for me to say.
I back Arsenal.
In 6 years, 1 league trophy is not good enough. For you, it's crazy because there's context. But things change in football. Exactly. Things change in football. So guess what? If you're a manager of a big club, comes big standards. If the manager can't take it, F off out of Arsenal, and there's plenty of other managers that will take the 15 million a year and the expectation. Because in life, there's expectation. I am sorry.
How many years did Wenger go without winning the Premier?
You would keep him. That's fine, Hooks. You would keep him. Me, I'd keep him if he wins the league, but there's expectation next season. I'm not trying to be wrong and strong, or I would have said sack him even if he wins it. Some people are already saying even if he wins it, sack him, and I understand because I don't think football. I don't believe that this football is sustainable to continue winning major honours. In my opinion, I have not seen him tactically get it right enough. Every single time there's a title or a trophy on the line, he's cowardice and he doesn't go for the jugular, doesn't go for the win. And I don't feel like we have evolved from last season to this season. I feel like we went out there, we got Berta, great signing. Then we went out and got certain players. I don't feel like we consistently get the best out of the squad. I don't think he consistently puts out the best team lineup. I don't think he consistently puts faith in certain players that come from the academy, young players, that are actually better than some of our starters. I don't see him do that. So for me, I don't like this guy. I don't like him.
Yeah,
if he proves
so
me
much
wrong,
easier.
I have no problem being. I have no problem being wrong. I have no problem being wrong, and I won't move the goalpost like the other side of the fence that always move the goalpost every time this guy doesn't achieve something. Context. The context is most of the Arsenal fans told me 4 years. It's now 6 years. There's an expectation. You don't win it, goodbye. That's it. We move on. Once upon a time, nobody wanted Wenger to leave. We move on. Now they love this guy. There's always another manager. We don't need to do this whole love fest for one manager. The club should come first, regardless of our opinions. And at the end of the day, we should look at it and say, cool, this manager's got given a lot. What blows my mind is how ruthless that side of the fence were when it was Unai. But when it's Arteta, it's this ever-going backing and context, and he needs more, he needs this, and needs that. It's so interesting when they like a manager, all of a sudden, there's so much context. But when they don't like a manager, fuck the context, fuck time, fuck giving him money, fuck the fact that he didn't get his players. All of that shit don't mean nothing. Get rid of him. And then when it's Arteta, we're going to give you all the backing and all the context. And all my days, you've saved us. I'm not really down for that. But you and the manager, or you like Arteta, then cool. So be it.
No, but the context for Emery is he was a joke, man. And the players were taking the piss out of man.
I think it started off all right. I think
he was a joke, man.
I think the downfall of Emery started when you lost 3-2 against Crystal Palace. I think before that you had an incredible run of form, but I think the players' mentality dropped and it was a downward spiral. The thing. Again, a few points. A couple of points I wanted to make earlier. When you said about PSG buying, etc., I agree with you that Bayern is the easier of the two teams in the final. But what I will say is, first of all, don't rule out Atletico because I think they can possibly get out of nowhere if you're not careful. But I can vouch for that because I've watched Atletico week in, week out at points this season. I know where they can put, again, especially if you start someone like Zubimendi in the midfield, Atletico will put the pressure up. I do agree that Bayern's the easier, but what I will say is don't make the same mistake of a few years back when people were saying, "Oh, it's the worst Bayern team. We'll breeze past them," and you lost.
No, they're bad boys. They're absolute killers. Absolute bad boys. Like, yeah, I think in my personal opinion, unless Arsenal win the Champions League, I think that Harry Kane should win the Ballon d'Or. Brother,
that's fair.
Is a bad man. He's absolutely bad. Bayern are moving cracked at the moment.
Yeah.
It's not about belittling Bayern in any way, shape, or form. Like even when we faced them last time, I wasn't even one of them like, this is a shit Bayern. Like I wasn't on that, innit? All I wanted was us to right the wrongs of the 10-2. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted, innit? And we didn't do it. And that's you know, that's the thing, innit? Like maybe my threshold just hasn't been hit yet, innit? Because I don't. Do you know what it is? Yeah, I'm just an Arsenal fan.
Okay.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't choose this life. The life chose me. Like I was put. This is a DNA thing. I was put into this. It's all I've ever known. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not a thing where I can just be mad angry all the time at my club for every little loss, because I understand how football works. Teams lose in football. I understand I understand the competitiveness of football, and you know what? Yeah, I'm not saying that it's happening here. That's what I'm saying. But when I watch a lot of people across the internet and across YouTube, and I'm looking in the chats and I'm hearing them talk and all the stuff they're saying, it's like they, even from rivals, it's like they judge Arsenal in like some bubble. Yeah. Because they completely rule out the fact that, oh shit, Liverpool's actually a good team. Oh shit, Man City's actually a good team. Oh shit, Chelsea's actually a good team. Oh shit, Newcastle's actually a good. Like the Premier League actually is filled. Do you know? We just watched Everton, get a draw against Manchester City, the team that all of you man was telling me in the crunch time they never slip up. That's what you man told me. You man told me Arsenal are joke, man, because they bottle things, but Man City, they never bottle. Pep never does it. But what we just watched Everton pretty much bad them up. Do you know what I'm saying?
And now it's on City now it's on City to recover. This is City's time
all
now
of
to
a sudden,
recover.
these teams are amazing now because these teams are now amazing. But we're the best team in Europe. Oh, we're the team that is going to win. Has won already in October. But all of a sudden now these teams are difficult. Look,
They've always been good.
At the end of the day, you wasn't talking about respecting City, or you wouldn't have said things like October champions. Yeah, it's because you're not respecting them. Because Prime
I said
City.
it.
No, you said October champion. You said it was done. You said I remember.
I was the first.
You said it exactly.
I was the first.
Prime City, you wouldn't say that because so don't tell me now we've got good teams in the Prem, but you already writ them all off back in October. That doesn't really make any sense. They can't be shit, and we've already wrapped it up in October. But we've got really good teams in the Prem. Well, how high did you rate them? How high did you rate them? You don't rate them that high.
No side.
You're saying that Arsenal already won the league in October, so you don't
Northside,
really rate them by saying that statement.
But Northside, but I've told you this, and you know this. Why did I don't care about these other men. I don't care about these top, bottom, diagonal, horizontal, up, down, left, right. I don't care about that shit, bro. Like, I said to you, and I've said to many people, the reason why I said the league was done, I don't care about all these other men. I don't care about all these names you can ring off. I said it is because I just think that Arsenal will drop less points than everyone else. That doesn't mean that other teams are bad. What does that? When did I say other teams are shit? When
I'm hearing quadruple charges and I'm hearing October champions, then that's how I interpret what you're saying.
The treble.
I said hey, bro, I said the treble, but guess what? I'm only human after all. I can be wrong.
You see his get out of jail card?
You can be wrong, man.
I can be wrong.
At least you can a bit. At least you can a bit.
I know, but Northside, but you know that I know that I can be wrong.
Me about
because
my
I've told you I've been wrong.
And then when I tell you, and then I rebuttal you by what you say, and you come out with this get out of jail card of no accountability of I'm just an Arsenal fan. I'm just. But then you don't press me about what I'm saying, bro, because you can't tell me October champion.
Bro, we're having a conversation.
You can't tell me October champion, and we're gonna do the treble. And then when I press you on that, where's all that talk? Oh well, you know,
I was wrong.
Well, come on, bro.
But I was wrong. I don't understand. I was wrong. Am I not allowed to be wrong?
I never said you couldn't be wrong.
Then, brother, what are we even talking about?
You're talking to Northside, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't be pressing me about why is Northside negative and this and that, and you know why I'm negative.
No.
You know
I just said, why are you not smiling?
And I wasn't even negative.
That's all I said.
It's the cockiness that you joined the stream, that annoyed me. You joined the stream like flipping Ric Flair. You know what I'm saying? Go, whoop, you know that. I'm just like, yo.
Yeah, come on, bro. Because you know, but North.
Do your thing.
But North, but you know this, bro, because you actually know, man, bro. You know this is what man is. You know this is what man is like, bro.
But you know me though, and you know you're winding me up, Going, but this manager.
You're killing it, bro. Don't take it that way, bro. I'm not these top tuners that you have beef with.
I'll be real. I'm starting the second channel and I can't wait to not talk about this club. Because away from talking about this club, man are going to see in my second channel, I'm not negative, I'm not angry, I'm not nothing. It's this club.
I know this.
Do you know what? It's not even so much the club, it's the fan base. I highly dislike this fan base. I dislike them as a whole. Not everybody, obviously. Not everybody.
Yeah, obviously, bedrooms, come on.
But the majority piss me off because they have a standard. They have this lack of standard when it's Arsenal, but anything else in their life, they not have that. If they ordered some Jordans, they're not having this. If they had a girlfriend, they're not allowing this bullshit. The shit that they make excuses for with this club, nothing else would they stand for this type of bullshit. But when it comes to Arsenal, it's excuses, context, this. I can't wait to talk about the second channel. I had family come over. I was actually busy with family and stuff like that. That's why I haven't been live for 2 days, and I didn't do the match reaction for Fulham, bro. Listen, hopefully today is the start of us going on to win the league. I'm tired, bro. I don't like being angry with this club. But this club let me down so much. I don't care. I don't even want to talk about Arsenal anymore. If I be honest, I don't even want to talk about this club no more. I don't, bro. They have taken the joy out of football for me for the last 20 odd years. They've taken the joy. They have, bro. Because I didn't grow up supporting this club. You said we haven't won it back to back. Well, guess what? When we grew up, Hawks, We didn't go. We were going up against Man United. Pep Fergie, arguably the best manager we've seen in the Prem, and I didn't hear these bullshit excuses. I didn't hear.
Because there was no internet, bro.
I didn't hear it. We didn't win
there
it
was
back to back.
there was
Guess
no
what?
YouTube,
We didn't
bro.
go 20. We didn't go 20 years, 20 plus years without winning a major. I didn't grow up supporting a club that goes 20 odd years without winning major honors. I didn't support that type of club, so I didn't sign up to this bullshit. I didn't sign up to it. If that was the history of my club, then you could say, well, look at the club that you support. It's not the club that I support, yeah. And when I see this club finessing and talking about, oh, apparently Arteta's already signed a new contract, he should have to win it this season to have a fucking new contract. I shouldn't be hearing talks about new contract before you've won it, bro. It shows a lack, and it's just rumors, and it may be a lie. But I've seen this guy get given contracts during the season, and we ain't even fucking won nothing. It pisses me off. Yeah, because guess what? I'm 33, yeah? You're around my age. We're only getting fucking older, bro. I'm only getting older. And I want to see as many titles
as young as you feel, bro.
Can, yeah? Bro, the last time I celebrated a league title, I was 13. I am 33. That is a disgrace for a club the size of Arsenal. I don't care what nobody tells me. I don't give a shit. And if that standard is too much for people, go support a bummy club. Yeah? Because if it's too much for you, don't support this club.
Quickly,
nah, bro.
Just a quick thing.
The restaurant and the second channel. That's what I'm actually excited for. That I'm not excited for this shit. I'm not.
I just quickly. My battery's on 7%, so I'm gonna have to go. Yeah. I just wanna say, yeah. I actually rate you, yeah, because you actually the same thing that you were saying when I first met you is the same thing that you say today, yeah. Who I actually have beef with at the moment, yeah, is all the Arsenal fans that thought they could chat like me, and then the rocky times come, and then they start sounding like other people, bro. And then I don't even need to look at the timeline. All the man that stopped believing, they're now all gassed again. You man can't spud me at the. You man can't spud me.
I told you this after the Man United loss, and
you
said
you man can't spud me at the parade. I'm sorry, yeah. Cause I've been flying the flag
at the parade.
You man can't spud me at the parade. Are you mad? Because you know what's mad, yeah. Because the thing is, yeah, you see the thing about Northside, yeah, is Northside. It just came to a point for him where Arsenal was just killing it. So bun it. I just want to see certain things in it. But there's man that talk like me. Yeah, and it's mad because everybody on the internet tells me I'm one of them, but I started this thing. They're trying to be like me, bro. But when the going gets tough, then man wanna dip. But you wanna spud me at the parade? You can't spud me at the parade.
Like I said, Huxley trying to unite the whole fan base, man. You know what I mean? Huxley trying to,
man.
you know, Huxley trying to, you know what I mean? He's trying to unite the whole fan base. Like how Naruto. How in Naruto, how the whole Hokage got together, fought Madara, all of that. You get me? Like that's what Huxley's trying to do, bro.
Wait. You say Paris, yeah. Because Paris, you're my guy in it. Like obviously, you used to slew me bare when I first came on to Northside's thing, but then you started to realize, Hooks is actually a cold guy. Northside rates him. You get me, the Argies and that, yeah. So you started coming over to my streams, yeah. I look, bro. Look, yeah. I promise you, yeah, I've been going through days where I leave my house at 8:30 in the morning and I don't get back until 10 p.m. at night, bro. I don't, bro, the last 7 Arsenal games, I've only been able to watch live 1.5 of the game, bro. I'm not coming online because Arsenal are losing, bro. It's not that, bro. Like, I just don't want to go through 12-hour, 14-hour days working, to come back and chat to man.
So you've been missing the games. So you've been missing our terrible performances. I understand why
I've missed a lot of the games. Obviously, I've been listening to them on the radio. But I haven't been. I watched the highlights, but I haven't been watching them live. So my thing as well is I can't even come on to streams to talk about them anyway, even if I wanted to, because I haven't been able to watch them. But man are all sitting there, and I know when I'm not there and Arsenal's been losing, everyone's typing in the chat, "Oh, I beg cool Hooks, I'll get Hooks on the stream. Oh, cool. Where's Hooks? Fuck up.
I've been backing it though, because I know
He's
you
in L5 delivering parcels, bro.
Nah,
that's where Hooks is, bro.
But I've been backing it though when they've asked me, because a lot of them were asking me, yo, where's Hooks? And I said, yo, he's working, he's moving abroad, and da. That's why I haven't got on to you about that.
Respect it.
I haven't been disingenuous with it as I've allowed it, because I know what's going on in there. Obviously, me and you talk. Look, I fuck with Hooks, innit? Hooks outside of Arsenal, Hooks a blessed guy. When it comes to Arsenal, he's very emotional.
I'm a blessed guy.
Mad, yeah, is me and Hooks are from the same generation, and he knows deep down, I'm correct in my standards about. He knows because he's seen the good times. Hooks knows that this is not acceptable. He knows he's not 20 years old. He's not 18 years old. Hooks knows what time it was.
Yeah, it's about time we win the league. It's about time.
Man United. Yeah, Hooks knows, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? The thing is, obviously, we've got different ways. Hooks wants to be a positive fan. That's the way he chooses to. I don't agree with it. Cool.
I'm not positive, bro. I'm not positive. I'm just me, bro. I'm not positive,
no,
bro.
I don't
like these labels, bro.
I don't want to look at it in the doom and gloom and be upset and da. I was neutral when I didn't have a channel. I'll be real. I wouldn't even watch Arsenal games. I'd watch the highlights. Fuck these, man. Oh, we lost again? Yeah, fuck these. Look, I'm going to the club. Fuck them. Not wasting my time. Yeah. As soon as I had a club and I had to sit here and watch this bullshit. Yeah. And we played well against Fulham. Yeah. But when I have to keep saying year after year of this bullshit, this fan base are going to hear how mad I actually am with this football club. And I've got a cousin, my cousin Daniel. He's a Man United fan. Yeah.
Yeah.
He got the same, bro. He became the same. Like, he would see Man United. He's like, what? I've seen multiple Champions League. I've seen 13 Premier Leagues. And I'm seeing it. He's like, fuck these guys. This is what happens when you don't see your club being failure and you see the demise. You're just fucking angry with them. You're just like, you lot are dickheads. Do you know what I'm saying? And
but that's what it is, bro. But that's what it is.
Yeah.
But that's what it is, bro. Like, Hooks is saying, oh, I've never seen Arsenal win back-to-back titles, but it's like, bro, it's like you should have, but it's like, bro, this is what football is for, bro. Football is for to make history, fam. You should demand to make history, bro. That's what football is. Football is history, bro. You get me? Just because my club, Man United, haven't won the league 4 times in a row before, that doesn't mean that doesn't mean I should never have the demand at some point that Man United should be winning 4 Premier League titles. Like, bro, like, come on, man. Like that's what history is for, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Behind Liverpool with league titles. Fergie's the one that got you up level with in terms of league titles in Liverpool. So what? So you can't dream big now. So if you're a small club, you can never dream. Well, Villarreal never won anything, and then Unai Emery wins them the Europa League.
Yeah.
So what are we doing here?
That's the one Crystal Palace, their freaking trophy, bro. Palace won their first trophy. Freaking Newcastle won theirs. You get me on the Eddie Howe. It's like, bro, like you get me. This is what football's about, bro. Football is about making history, bro. It's about breaking history, bro.
I'll use my club as an example. Like, we've been in the Championship. We faced Newcastle United in the league game before. We've been playing league games against Crystal Palace. I remember my dad taking me and my brother out of Crystal Palace, and we got mixed in with the Crystal Palace crowd. We thought we were going to get punched up as a 9-year-old kid getting out of Crystal Palace away end at our ground. And I've been up and down with my football club. Like I said, league title last year. Our managers turned around this year after a mid-table finish and ripped half the title winners' squad up and said you can go for nothing. And, I've been everywhere with my squad. I went to Barrow and came back at 2:00 in the morning after a 2-0 defeat in a season where we finished in the bottom half of the 4th tier. I've been everywhere with my club, but it's about making history at the end of the day. We made history. And, I know Hooks is gone now. Big up Hooks and whatever.
Big up Hooks,
I'd have said it to him anyway. Like I said, this is the thing with Arsenal. And you know what? This is what I want to ask you, Northside, as well, is... I don't call them positive fans and negative fans. I call it the hope that kills you. I think some fans are letting the hope lead them to a path that might end up killing them, or it may end up taking them to glory. 5 out of 6, it's been taking them to, to death. The 6th, it might happen. What I ask to you, Northside, is, do we think? I'm not saying the majority of people that remain Arteta in, but. Would you say that at least half the people that are Arteta in, it's mainly because not just the hope that leads them astray, but also it's the whole thing of almost doing it. It's the thing of just failing that gives them that hope that leads them astray and thinks, oh, we might need this or this to go that one step. Do we think that's maybe why Arteta stayed as long as he has? Because again, I'll refer back to myself. I learned this when I was coaching as well. It's not just about tactics. I went into coaching thinking it was all about trophies. It's not just all about trophies. Yes, it's the main thing. It's always the main thing. You're not in football if you don't want to win trophies. But the culture as well. And again, someone who's not Arteta outer, I have noticed there is this, I don't even know what you call it, like a mentality of belief. But when it doesn't work, it's known as, the hope that leads you astray. Is Arteta remaining here because there is that feeling of almost getting somewhere? And again, it's that hope that leads the fan base astray.
I think football's a reflection of real life. Most people will, and I think society makes a lot of people like this as well. A lot of people are scared of failure, so they're comfortable being unhappy. Right now, what I mean by that, Arsenal fans are so comfortable just qualifying for Champions League, they're scared of the days when we start getting slapped up 8-2, 10-2. And I think that scared mentality of, but he's made us stable, is this fear that keeps them trapped with a steady Eddie manager. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're so scared of getting ridiculed and, you know, having a chance of being ambitious and going to be elite, that they're like, let me just stay comfortable. This is like this. I've learned this. I'm 33 now. I've learned it. There's certain men that they're so scared of being alone that they'll stay in a sexless marriage. That is the best definition of the majority of this fan base. They will stay unhappy in a sexless marriage where they're disrespected, and because in fear of what life would be without her, because now they got kids and yeah. And a lot of people live their life in fear. If you live your life in fear, you will never be anything. I was with somebody that was ruled by fear. What would people think? Oh, people judge me. Oh, what if I try something and I fail? Those people never reach their potential because they are their own worst enemy. They're cowards at life. And I know it's harsh to say, yeah, but in life, if you don't risk, you'll never get anything, yeah. Because everybody, when people say like hooks, oh, but you've never done it before. When you study to become something, you've never been it before. So how do you know you're going to be a doctor? Because you take the chance in studying, qualifying for the exams, to then become qualified in that profession. You won't want to be for the fact, which is why you have to get qualified. The problem is there's too many cowards these days, yeah, and it's a reflection in some of the fan bases. Cowards. I don't care if people don't like to hear it. It's the truth. You can't fear failure. I would rather fail in front of the world than never try and do anything with my life or be something or be ambitious. Behind every people like that, yeah, will always celebrate the victories of people that take chances, but then they don't live by those things. Like,
yeah, you know, I'm a history guy. I'm a history guy.
Let me just say this: Arsenal fans will sit there and praise PSG, yeah, and say, "Oh, look how great they have standards at that club." But then they're scared to have standards at this club. They will praise Barcelona for having Hansi Flick because they realize, Xavi, yeah, fuck the sentiment, yeah. If you're not winning us major honor, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? But they'll sit there and applaud that. They will look at Real Madrid and say, oh, Zinedine Zidane, look at what he done. He won 3 Champions Leagues. Oh, look at what he done. Oh, my days, is amazing. It's amazing. But then when it's time to put that ambition on their club, well, it's comfortable with Mikel. Let's not get rid of him. He's made it comfortable. We qualify every year, you know, and then we'll deflect when anybody puts any pressure on him to, why does everybody hate Arsenal? The whole season I've heard the rivals are more focused on Arsenal than their club. No, when you chat shit about Chelsea, Man United and all that, they're going to hold you to the standard you chat to them to. Do you know
Thank you.
And when you try to tell the rivals, oh, well, what did Ollie do? Oh, Ollie at the wheel. Well, guess what? Yeah, Ollie at the wheel. How many trophies did he win? Mourinho at Man United, how many trophies did he win? Do you know what I'm saying? Maresca at Chelsea, how many trophies did he win? Because when you judge the rivals and their failed projects, they're still more successful than this project that's apparently amazing. So what are we talking about here? But then it's, but you're obsessed with Arsenal. No, you're obsessed chatting shit about the rivals.
Oh, you got an agenda. That's what they would say. Oh, you got an agenda. You don't know Arsenal. You got an agenda. This is what I was saying last week, bro. This is what I was saying last week. Even with Arsenal fans.
These men are scared. They are scared of life.
You know what?
And it was like this, yeah. And it was like this when we had Wenger and Half Valley. You know this. They were scared of change after Wenger. They were scared of it. They postponed Wenger leaving when he should have left years ago. And only now do they want to talk about, Wenger overstayed their welcome. They were scared because Wenger got them comfortably in the top 4, and Wenger kept it comfortable for Arsenal. We play some nice football. We create some good players. We scout some players like Nasri and Santozola, and there's loads of players that like Wenger for what he did in his first years, and they got comfortable. This fan base love getting complacent, and that stability that Wenger gave them, they've now put it into Arteta. And as long as Arteta keeps giving them Champions League football, well, we can't be bantered because we qualify for the Champions League and we're thereabouts, but we just don't get over the line. The same bullshit they ran with Wenger for the last 10 years, they're running it with this manager. And this is why they're going to continue the excuses. They did the excuses with Wenger, and they'll do it with this guy as long as he gets top 4. If he doesn't get top 4, look how ruthless they were when it was Unai. Everything Hooks came on and said about this manager, he don't have half that chat for Unai. Yeah? But then he'll sit there and say, oh, that team was shit. Well, then why didn't you give him time then?
Oh, but Arteta rebuilt the squad. That's what he would say. He would say, "Oh, but Arteta's rebuilt the squad, and he's got a challenge 4 times in a row. Something that Emery didn't do. That's what they will say. That's what they will say. And like I said this last week on Northside channel after the Atletico Madrid game. Arsenal, like I said it before. Arsenal want to be living 2 lives, bro. They want to be living 2 different lives. They want to be gangsters and civilians, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like, brother, you can't be a gangster and a civilian at the same time, bro. You have to pick one, bro. You can't. They want all the rival fans to say that they are the best team in the world, this and that. But when we hold them to the standards that they say they don't like it. They say you got an agenda. You don't know Arsenal. You're just hating. No. Oh, but like for example, when we say about when we come back at Arsenal fans and we say that you said Saka were world class, this and that, and then when we criticize Saka when he's not performing at a world class standard. Oh, but it's not Saka's fault. It's not Saka's fault. No, bro. You said he's world class, bro. So if you say that he's world class, we expect world class performances. If you say Mikel Arteta's the best manager or the top 3 best manager in the world, we expect top 3 manager standards. You can't just all of a sudden now just change the goalposts. Those things don't work around here, Benjamin. Those things don't work. Those things can't work around here, Benjamin. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I'm a history guy. This is the best way I can. I've looked at the situation from both sides of the perspective.
Yeah.
The way I look at it is this: I'm a history guy, so I'm gonna use a Stone Age example. You've got 2 families of cavemen and cave women. One lives in the cave. They stay safe. They stay comfy. They stay in the light, but they never go out because they're afraid. You've got that family that goes out exploring, never stays at home, but they always take that risk. Arsenal right now are the family in the cave. They're comfy, they're safe, but they're not afraid to take a risk. And that could be the thing that really holds them back from getting something that they maybe haven't achieved in a while or achieved ever. So Arsenal, for me, right now, need to step outside that cave. Don't be afraid and go for it. Take the risk, go for it, explore, and maybe you'll achieve something. Maybe you'll discover something, and that's something maybe a Champions League or a Premier League or both. And again, with the FA Cup, like with Southampton, they got knocked out by a Southampton side that we almost knocked out in the second half when we played them. You know, we played Southampton. I think it was a round or 2 rounds before they drew Arsenal. They bossed us in the first half, but we came back and we almost took them to extra time in the second half. Same Southampton that knocked out Arsenal, the same Southampton we almost knocked out in the competition in the first place. So it's, again, this is the thing with Arsenal. And again, I'm a coach, so I look at it from all perspectives. One thing I will give Arteta credit for, and I've noticed this behind the scenes, I've noticed this with other things, is that there are certain people within the culture that he has in some way, shape or form brought together, whether you agree with it or not. But it's all good having this brilliant culture where everyone's embedded in it, everyone believes in it, everyone has the hope that kills them. But if you don't achieve something at the end of that and achieve that hope, it's all good having the culture, but what's the point in having a culture when you don't have something to aim for that you succeed when you build that culture? If you have a culture that you all want to, you bring this belief in, you bring the mentality in of, we all come together, we all come to this one aspiration. If you don't know what that aspiration is, or you don't have an aspiration, but you just have a positive culture, what is there to achieve? The way you bring a positive culture is you will direct it to one achievement, or you direct it to multiple achievements. If you don't achieve those multiple achievements or that one achievement, that positive culture is just going to be a positive culture with nothing to aim for. And you're stuck in what I think Emery was in the transfer market, what I think Wenger used to be in the last few years, and that is just an endless cycle.
I told you, as long as we get the Champions League football, they're gonna be happy. Half volley. Before you wrap up,
big up half volley.
Big up. Yeah.
Big up half volley. Big up
as well.
Every time.
Because half volley, obviously, to anyone that doesn't know, half volley. I think half volley. I think a lot of times he's fair, a lot more positive than me, which isn't hard because me, I'm tapped out Arsenal, so I guess it's easy. But I think you give praise where praise is due and criticism. I guess my criticism is so loud that when I do give positivity, some people don't hear that. All they think is all I do is be negative, even though I think the Fulham game had a lot of positives in it that we can build upon. And Arteta got a lot of it right, and we played well in the first half. What would you make it? Obviously, us winning against Fulham, and then today, City just about escaping the loss and getting a draw against Everton, bro.
Yeah, no, I've been listening to the conversation in the background, and big up the panel, big up everybody. And I think Hooks, he, like you said, he was being a bit disingenuous with the way. It's quite funny how these guys turn up whenever the hope suddenly. When we suddenly have hope again and we look like we've got the advantage, they don't give you the same energy when we're losing at home to Bournemouth, and we look like we're up against it. I think I look at it, this manager, I've always said that credit where it's due. He's not a total dickhead. He's played his role in helping us compete, for the last couple of years. But there comes a point in time when you have to draw a line under his tenure here. And I've always said, remember, North, when we used to have these conversations a couple of months ago, that this season, he's got absolutely zero excuses. No excuses for not winning, especially the Premier League. I think the champion, I've always said, like cup competitions, there's always a bit of a lottery element. Anybody can win it, like the Champions League. But the Premier League, the stage is set for Arsenal to go and win the Premier League, especially quite early on when Liverpool blew it. When it became apparent that Liverpool were not going to compete because they were too destabilised. And this Man City team, they're halfway to a rebuild. It's an open secret that Pep is going to leave at the end of the season. Maresca is pretty much, the next manager is going to take over. So we're going to win the league by default, not because Arteta has some special powers. I think, if anything, this season has revealed the level of incompetence that Arteta's got, right, in managing this squad, his talent ID, the team he picks, the way he's run the team to the ground. One of the most talented players, being out on loan, not playing Lewis Kelly, playing a midfield that's run out of steam. He carries on playing it. The level of negligence that we're seeing this season is quite revealing for me. Do you know what I mean? Even for somebody who thinks the manager deserves credit and allowing us to compete. And fair play to the guy, I can't remember your name, and you make some valid points as well. I think when I look at Arsenal, us Arsenal fans, I look at the last 20 years, especially some of us who've seen us win the league before, like our history is like full of near misses. Like it's quite, I think it's quite depressing when you look at Arsenal's history compared to Man United or Chelsea's. Fergie left, he won major trophies. He left them at the top. Fair enough, they didn't survive. But my club was allowed to fall into disrepair through the Wenger years, to the extent that somebody like Arteta, a novice like Arteta, because he suddenly got us competing, he's got this entire fan base behind him, and that shouldn't happen. The damage was done towards the end of the Wenger era, and I would say even before, when David Dean left the club, one of the best football men at the club. Once he left, we lost our footballing identity. For me, when David Dean left this club, we no longer became a top football club. We became business, and that's how we've been since. That's why a novice like Arteta can have 7 years unchallenged, and some fans still want to give him more years. I've looked back at the last couple of years, and I said you can see justification why he failed. There were times when you could look at the squad, you said the depth wasn't there, we had injury, etc. But this season, we've got one of the deepest squads in Europe, right? That can compete up front or no front, and the manager's not using it. You've got Ødegaard, Brentford captain, can barely get game time. You've got Lewis Kelly, who was playing last season, can't get game time. And the manager openly admits that he's been harsh on these players. What is he smoking? This guy is an absolute narcissist. And this season, for me, is revealed to me, I don't like the guy. I give him credit. I think he deserves some credit for the way he's managed to rebuild the club, stabilize the club, and got us competing. But you have to draw a line on it. We're a major club. We're one of the biggest clubs in Europe, based in London. Huge attraction, huge fan base. For me, it's like coming out of university and being given the CEO to some top FTSE 100 company for 7 years. It does not happen. So how on earth is a club of our size persevering with this guy? I liked him, like I said a couple of years ago. I thought, he was honorable, and some of the stuff he was saying was quite honest. But I think this season has been very, very revealing. And we're going to win the league by default. The bar is so low at the moment. City can only get 83 points. Liverpool won the league last season with 84 points. And Liverpool, I wouldn't say they were particularly great. They were on the beach with 5 games to go. They won the league with 4 games spare, right? And that wasn't a particularly great Liverpool side. You've got this Arsenal team that's been assembled for the last 7 years. Saka, Martinelli, all these other guys, Saliba, they were here before Arteta, right? So they've seen us being in the trenches and being, us getting rebuilt. So Arteta already had, a head start in terms of some of the players he inherited. For me, this manager's made a couple of critical errors, and that's why we are where we are. And I don't know where some of these Arsenal fans get the confidence from. All the evidence points to this guy consistently failing to get over the line. So why don't you shut the fuck up until he's got over the line? Then you can give us all this bravado. Come online and give us all this chest and bravado when he's got over the line. But until then, if I was you, I'll keep quiet, because there's still some question marks over this manager. Would it be unusual for Arsenal to go to West Ham and lose? Would it surprise anybody if we went to West Ham and lost? We lost at home to Bournemouth. We're leading to. So this team under Arteta has history. We have history. I wouldn't say bottling it, but we have history of going against the odds when the odds are overwhelmingly in our favor to get a result. That's when we decide to do something weird and bullshit. So I don't trust this team and this manager until they got over the line. As far as City goes, I say this City team, we all know this City team is quite inconsistent. They're not great. All their best players, Bernardo Silva, Rodri, their best years are behind them. They're rebuilding an entire defense. They've conceded 32 goals. We've conceded 26 with the defense that's been together for a couple of years now. So by default, Arsenal should win this league. And the question I ask is, how come when Liverpool are favourites to win the league, they win it? Same this season. When City are favourites to win it, whenever Arsenal are in prime position to win it, we just stumble all over the place like we have done this season. So where did these guys get the confidence that somehow we're going to win it and we're going to go and dominate? Bullshit. Keep quiet.
I'll even add to that. If Arsenal win this league this year, we're not looking back on this Arsenal title winning squad potentially and saying they're playing the best football in the world. We're looking at an Arsenal Premier League champion who just got results. They won the league by getting results. And it's not about the style of football. They win this league potentially because they get results out of nowhere on several occasions, even results that they didn't deserve, like you said.
Yeah, If we win the title, look, this squad, as I said, this squad is going to win us the title, not the manager. If it was down to this manager, we're going to fail again. This squad is deep enough and versatile enough to get a half-decent manager over the line. And that's what's happening at the moment, right? The depth is there. We've got 3 left backs, 2 right backs. We've got 2 players in every position. Never mind the injuries. We've got an utterly useless captain who, in my mind, should not be playing anyway. But regardless, the team is deep enough. So we're going to get over the line because the squad is good enough, not because of the manager, right? He played his part a couple of years ago when he helped rebuild it. But all the evidence shows that this is not an elite manager who can deliver major trophies. And he may well win it. So when it's all said and done, I'm not looking. The football we play, we all know, is horrendous. It's not championship winning football. We lack killer instinct. We're not commanding enough. The stage was set. This league title should have been done and dusted a couple of games ago. Honestly.
Yeah, you know what? There's 2 major things on the pitch with Arsenal this season that I think has edged them this season potentially. First thing is actually bringing a proper out-and-out striker and not centralising around a false 9, because I don't think they need a false 9. I think they need an out-and-out striker. And the more you play to Gyökeres's strengths, the more goals he gets, the more space he gets. And I think you would have wrapped up the title earlier if you played to Gyökeres's strengths a lot sooner. The second thing is a more creative playmaker in the 10 role. Because for me, Ødegaard is nowhere near a 10.
He's done.
If anything, if you look at the double pivot in the midfield, you've got Rice, and at the minute it's Rice and Zubamendi that's starting 2. For me, it should be Rice and Lewis Skelly.
Lewis Skelly,
Yeah, I'd say Lewis Skelly is the 6 and Declan Rice as the 8 and vice versa. But then I would actually put Ødegaard as the back. If Ødegaard's going to stay, I don't think he should. If Ødegaard's going to stay, you put him as the backup 8 to Declan Rice. And you have Ødegaard deeper as the retainer, box to box. You don't put him as the creative number 10 because statistically, because fans love statistics, he's actually passed backwards and sideways more than he has forwards in the past 4 or 5 seasons he's been there. So for me, Ødegaard's not a 10. He's a backup 8 to Declan Rice. Lewis Skelly and Zubamendi compete in the 6 role. Eze, for me, has been the key. You play to his strengths, you've got your creative 10.
But what I would say is horses for courses, right? There might be some games where you might pick Ødegaard, etc. What this manager is doing, he keeps persevering with the same players game in, game out, and he's been doing that for months. And that's the problem I have with him. That's why I've become disengaged with this manager, because he's not picking the team on merit when it's quite clear players are underperforming. For me, Ødegaard is finished. Right? Physically, he looks short. He looks incapable of handling the physical demands of the Premier League, and that's quite apparent. That's why he picked up quite a lot of injuries this season. We've got Lewis Skelly, who can ride challenges, can bear forward, he can beat people. I'm not saying he should play every game, but one thing about young players is they can play a game every 3 games. When you've got young players. So we've got a team now. We've got a squad that's big enough. That should have been rotated enough. We've got a Brentford captain who can barely get in the game. He played 34 games last season. I would like to get into Arteta's head to understand the logic behind how he's picking this. So when it's all said and done, North, I think we all know, right? We can all see that it's possible. I still have my reservations about this manager and his ability to get the line. It would not surprise me if we go to West Ham and lose, and then this game back on for City, because this team is untrustworthy under this manager. He does some of the most bizarre shit. He does some of the most bizarre team picks. The only reason why we played well against Fulham, we all know, because he rotated. Zubamendi was riding on fumes. Lewis Skelly was the main guy in the middle of the park, giving us energy, bursting forward. Gyökeres suddenly came alive. There was no Havertz, no Ødegaard. Suddenly, Arsenal look alive again. This is what this manager should have been doing 3 months ago. Why was Lewis Skelly not playing 3 months ago? So let me wrap this up, right? What I will say is this. We're all Arsenal fans. We're dying to see us win this league. I have no loyalty towards Arteta. He's an employee of the club. I have no loyalty towards him. I want you to come and deliver or piss off politely, right? We're going to be here years on. Him with his 15 million a year, he'd probably move on to another club and top dollar. We as fans, all we give the club is our emotions and our support. I want to see us win. I have no loyalty towards this manager. If he gets over the line, I'll be curious to know whether this was kind of restricting him from playing this expansive football. Maybe the reason why we see this cowardly football is because he's never got over the line. So it'd be interesting to see what happens next season. But he needs to get over the line first. He hasn't. And until he has, I have my doubts. I still have my doubts today.
Yeah.
But bro, this is the thing though, yeah? Like, even like you said, Lewis Skelly in the midfield. But look how long he's persisted with Zubimendi. Look how long he persisted with Zinchenko at left back. Look how long he persisted with Calafiori at left back to not realize that Hincapié is a better player and a better defender. Look, when we first got Havertz, remember how many, I think it was like 17, 18 games he played Havertz in the midfield? He didn't how can you get a player and it's taken you 17, 18 flipping games for you to realize this guy cannot play in your midfield?
It's crazy.
It's mind-boggling. The only reason he played Moreno is because he ran Havertz into the ground and then he tried to do a little Hail Mary to put Moreno up front. Otherwise, he wouldn't have experimented. Most of his experiments only come out of blatant necessity. It's not because he clocks things early. And that's the thing with him. You can't trust Arteta because he will consistently do the wrong thing and then force him, and then all of a sudden stumble on the right thing and then revert back to the wrong thing. Diamond saved us against Everton, benched against City in the cup final. But he just changed the game against Everton. Why the fuck are you not playing him in a final? Based on what? Because it ain't based on performances. But he did the same thing the year before with Ethan. You know what I'm saying? Ethan was coming off the bench 15, 10 minutes, saving us. Instead of building on that, oh no, you can hold bench. Oh, it's all right. Well, we're not playing you. You know what I'm saying? And then we go into this season, oh, you can go out on loan. Why? Especially when your captain's being injured and inconsistent. This is the thing with Ødegaard. He's not only just been injured, he's been inconsistent on top of being injured with the minutes that he does have. Consistently play him. Eze, you bring him in, you want to be playing him on the wing. He's always doing stupidness, bro. This manager. Oh, we're gonna play you on the wing, play on the wing. Oh, but then people, but he was a left 10. Left 10 and left wing are not the same fucking position, bro. Like, what are we doing? Do you know what I mean? That's like saying a fullback and a wing back are the same because they both play on the left. They're two different roles. It's not about the location on the pitch, it's about the role. You can have a striker that plays false nine, you can have an out-and-out striker. The roles are different. The expectation of what you expect that player to do is different. But this fan base don't understand that because they're just so, it looks good. How long did we persist with Havertz up front to then realize this guy is not going to turn him into a goal scorer? Or the same thing with Jesus. Oh, but Jesus having a good season because he had 13 goals. You, man, used to kill Giroud for having 16 goals a season. Now all of a sudden 13 goals a season is okay. What are we doing? Crazy. This manager's done so much bullshit, bro. This guy persistent with Zubimendi in first of all, Zubimendi's not even a fucking 6. No. He's an 8.
He's an 8.
Not even a great 8 at that. So what are we doing? Then you're playing, but Madueke's having a better season than Saka. This is arguably Saka's worst season. And you're saying, but it's better than... Look at where the bar is. But maybe it's a good signing. No, it isn't a good fucking signing. Then it's, but then we're using... then Arteta said in the interview, but we look at rugby and they have the finishers and we're using Trossard, Martinelli and we got the finishers. How can you have finishers? How can two of your most inconsistent players be your finishers? They're fucking inconsistent, bro. Yeah. So how can you use an inconsistent player to win you a game when that player is always inconsistent? That doesn't even make sense. Because that just, with the inconsistency, just shows you can't rely on that player. So how would that player... And then the two players that don't even score much goals are the finishers. Like Trossard and Martinelli never put up mad numbers, but then they're your finishers. Like, it doesn't make sense.
You know what, North, when I look at this team, it's a reflection of this manager. A lot of the players behave like the manager. There's a lack of killer instinct. They're not focused enough. I'm not looking at this team and I'm seeing like fire in their eyes and belly. This team is really driving to win the league. All you see is caution, negativity, scared. It's like they're stumbling over the line. It's a reflection of this manager. Through the players he's bought, Havertz, Superman, Ødegaard. They're robots. They've been programmed to execute Arteta's commands and the inputs. That's why he likes them, right? Whilst we've got, you've got slightly mavericks like Eze, Lewis Kelly, etc. If these players were playing and were getting consistent game time, this league would have been done and dusted a long time.
Yeah, it would have been. And if you are going to play Martinelli, even though I don't rate him, if you are going to play Martinelli, and if you are going to play Madueke and stuff, at least build a system where they can get multiple of chances. You understand? Because Northside will know the reason why Martinelli got 15 goals in the 22-23 season is because Martinelli was getting 4 or 5 chances a game, bro. You've even seen it with Ange Postecoglou. Why did Ange Postecoglou get Brendan Johnson to score goals? Why? Because Brendan Johnson was getting 4 or 5 chances a game. Why did Dominic Solanke in one season get 19 goals for Bournemouth? Is because he got 4 or 5 chances a game. So even if you are going to play your favourites that are average players or that are average players, at least build a system that they will get multiple of chances, because if they get 5 chances a game, yes, they might miss 3 or 4, but they will score 1 or 2. You understand, and that's how. And I don't rate Ødegaard like that, but that's how Ødegaard got goals as well, because Ødegaard were getting chances. Like Arteta has shown that against Fulham. He's shown that against Fulham, and he's shown it 3 seasons ago that he can play attacking football. He just hasn't wanted to play attacking football. He just hasn't. And you're right about and I say this all the time, doing the same thing all over again and doing it all over again is just fuckery, bro. It's not stupidity, bro. It's fuckery, bro. When you keep on doing the same thing, bro, and it's not working, bro, that's what it is. That's what it is. Like when the fan base when some of the fan base were getting onto me, Manchester United, when some Man United fans were getting onto me when Ruben Amorim was in charge of saying, but when I was saying, but why is he playing Højlund up front? Why is he constantly playing Højlund up front? Why is he constantly playing Garnacho in the 10? And I was saying that we should play Xerxes and we should play someone else, and it's like, and people was like, but he's got no one to play. He's got no one to play. Try something, bro. Try something different, bro. Try something different, bro. If Amorim would have tried multiple of things, like, even though I don't rate Bruno Fernandes, for example, if he played Bruno Fernandes in a false 9 instead of Rasmus Højlund, I would have been like, okay, I understand it. I understand it, because Rasmus Højlund is like the worst striker in the league, bro. It's like, brother, these managers always trying to do the same thing, and it never works, bro. It never ever works, bro. You have to try something, bro, when something's not working, bro. Like playing Dalot as a wing back, bro. Like Amorim were constantly playing Dalot at wing back. Dalot at wing back does not work. Play a youth player at wing back, or play someone else at wing back. Stop playing Dalot at wing back. Stop doing the same shit, bro. And that's why Amorim got sacked, bro. And that's why Amorim got sacked, is because he didn't adapt, bro. He didn't adapt. And at the end of the day, your job is as a coach, yeah, when you come into a football club, is to get the best out of the players at your disposal. You can talk about, but this manager needs this player, this manager needs this player. No. You come in to coach, bro. So coach, bro. You have to show us why you deserve to be here, bro. We ain't just gonna back you just for the sake of backing you. You have to give us something. You have to show us something why we should back you, bro. It's not but we should just give the manager his players. No, bro. No. It's not that. You get me? So this is where football fans and also managers have to learn. Like, and I said this before you came on stream, Valley. It's not just that he did not play Lewis Skelly earlier. It's the fact that even when he played Lewis Skelly, he played him as a left back. And we all know Lewis Skelly isn't a left back, bro. This is what I'm trying to say. So when people say, "Oh, but Skelly's bad at defending," what do you? Well, don't put him at left back. What do you expect? Put him in the midfield. Put him in his best position. These are just basics. Like, if you would have put Lewis Skelly in the midfield earlier, and you would have started Eze in front of Ødegaard in multiple of games or most games, the title would have already been. You would have already won the title already, bro. But this is what it is. This is the problem with a lot of these managers. A lot of these managers want to complicate the game. They always want to complicate the game, bro. And football's a simple game. Play the players in the correct position. Pick the right profiles. Yeah, pick the right profiles. And when something's not working, change it. That's it. That's it.
No, but
it's not rocket science.
The mentality that because he said it before in interviews that players should be able to play multiple positions. There's always been players that can't play multiple positions, bro. That especially some of these players when you've gone through the ranks and gone through the academy at different levels. Yeah, there's an age group where you're still, certain managers are, okay, I think your attributes are more suited to this position, that position. The crazy thing is a professional manager doesn't know his players' best attributes and what position they're best suited to. It's actually quite alarming because you should know your players' best attributes. Not every player can play multiple. Some players can play just one position. Some players can play multiple. Some players can play one or two. But there's a reason why we look at a certain position, say, he's better. For example, you'd be linked with a player and you'll say, okay, well, you can play left wing, but he's stronger as a right winger. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. What foot do you strike with? You know what I mean? There's different things that go into playing different positions. Arteta just thinks that, well, Skelly, you should be able to play left back. Well, why would he play left back if he's never played left back and he's come through the academy playing as a midfielder and has been developed as a midfielder, especially development stage? Because this is where I think Arteta F's up players.
Yeah.
Development stage, he never, I don't think like he had a plan to develop Saka. I don't.
No.
It was just link up with Ødegaard. He wasn't getting him to work on linking up with different players or to assist for different types of strikers or to be able to work on his 1v1. None of those attributes got improved. Ødegaard, none of his attributes were improved. How fast he makes his decision making, his passing range, his vision. I don't think he developed that. And that's been my biggest problem. I don't trust these young players with Arteta. We have talent coming out the academy, but I look at him and I say, there's too many examples of you holding players back or not developing players. The same way, we talk about the system all the time, but as individuals, cool, you look at Declan Rice and say he's improved under Arteta. Defensive. You can say Hincapié has improved here. Defensive. Mosquera. Defensive. Do you know what I mean? Who else? Timber. Defensive. They're all defensive players.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? They're all defensive. I can't remember the last attacking player that has developed here under this manager that I said, he's getting the maximum of potential out of this attacking player.
No.
If anything, I'm seeing regression.
Yeah.
I'm seeing regression of our attackers. And I think it's alarming. And I think this is why when we get in certain situations, we come unstuck. Because I don't feel like we constantly train for that. But
the thing with Arteta, he couldn't possibly train attacking players because he's a control freak.
Yeah.
You need to release players to play with freedom. He doesn't want that. When you look at him on the touchline, he looks like a madman. And let's be honest, this guy, Arteta, he's a novice. And we talk about this guy only because he's been here 7 years and he's been allowed to stay here 7 years. This guy's a novice. This guy's no record of winning anything. But he's got so much credibility with the fan base. because he's been here 7 years. And this guy's just come out of university. Like, we're talking about him as if he's some CEO of some big shot company who's delivered millions of profits. This guy is still a novice. Let's be honest. You know, that's why some of these shortcomings are so revealing. He's never got a proven track record of winning major trophies that we can point back as like Wenger. So I struggle to understand why this fan base are so loyal to him. What have you seen as overwhelming evidence of him coaching talent, winning major trophies, getting over the line, bringing through talent from the academy and turning them into world class? All these are question marks over this manager.
Yeah.
And he's been allowed to stay here 7 years, and you still want to make excuses for him. Why? Why? This is like Stockholm syndrome, where you suddenly start forming alliance with the person who kidnapped you and tortured you. Suddenly you start loving him. Why? This guy's got absolutely zero record of delivering. And like I said, a couple of years ago, I know a couple of people who Arteta out quite early on, and I wasn't one of them. I always looked at circumstances and I thought, you know what, there was justification why he failed. But this season, for me, has revealed a lot. Like you say, you look at Saka. Saka is what, 24, 25? He looks physically spent. He looks gone. Arteta's run this. He has them running back into a low block in 90 minutes all the time. They're shattered. Declan Rice, I reckon next season, I hate to admit it, he'll be lucky to last the full season. With the amount of football he's playing and ground he's covering, he's at risk of having a lot of muscular injuries next season because of the way Arteta plays. And it's going to be the same with Gyökeres. Saka, for me, all these injuries he's having is a byproduct of the way Arteta plays. Ødegaard, for me, is done. He's done at this level. I don't see him being at the club next season. So the way this guy is managing the team is unsustainable anyway, right?
Yeah.
If he doesn't get, for me, even if he gets over the line, I hope the club has the balls to say to him, you know what? You've done your bit. You've helped us out. You won a major trophy. You can leave on a high, shake his hands and move him on politely. That's what I would do personally, because the football he's playing, the only reason why I'd want him to stay on, because I'm curious to see whether he would change his approach. But I doubt it, because managers very rarely change their philosophy unless you're Alex Ferguson. And Alex Ferguson is one of the greatest managers ever because he evolved. He understood motivation. He understood human psychology, and he built team. Arteta is still a novice. So for me, for the sake of helping his career, let him win the Premier League trophy. I'm desperate for him to win it. And if he wins it, he should do the honourable thing and say, you know what, guys, it's been hard going. I want to move on. You know, all the clubs should show him that. Like I said, we stopped being a serious club when David Dean left this club. So I don't expect the Kroenkes, if Arteta wins it, they'll probably hand him another 3-4 year contract, and it will be the same cycle repeating itself again. It's quite sad, really, when you see what's happening at our club, that we don't have European heritage, and they're still allowing it to continue. They're still perpetuating this same strategy that stopped Arsenal from winning major trophies. So, look, for me, like I said, I don't think this guy's a dickhead, innit? I give him credit for helping revive the club, but for me, I draw a line underneath last season. This season, for me, there's no more excuse. If he wins, fair enough. If he doesn't, I still think it's time for him to move on. For the sake of our sanity in the we need to move on from Arteta before it turns into another Wenger situation. At least Wenger won trophies, and he's got gold trophies. So as much as I hate the Wenger in guys, I thought, you know what, I could look at it and say, okay, fair enough. The guy is one of the legends. But I look at Arteta. This guy's a novice. How are you so desperate? Why are you so loyal to somebody? He's not won anything. Why? What is
crazy, man?
They spent so much time defending him. You know, like when someone wants to be wrong and strong. You know, like when someone wants to be wrong and strong, like people's ego and their pride a lot of times override logic when they want to make a point. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
Yeah, like, it's crazy, man.
It's about proving a point. Me, if we win the league here, I'm not gonna be prideful. I said, listen, I didn't believe he could do it, but he did it. Congratulations. Yeah, I won't let my ego and my pride. No. listen, I don't like the football. I don't like the manager. But if he hits my requirement, then he can go another season. I don't like the football. I don't think we could retain the league title under him.
No.
I don't think he would go on to win another one. I think it's very telling, like you said, that we have had all our rivals have to fall off for this manager to win. This is the underlying thing they won't want to say. The uncomfortable conversation is it's taken everyone to be out of contention for us to win this league title if we win it. Man City bottling, catching up to us multiple occasions. Liverpool having a horrendous season after we thought that they would do something after the summer that they had. Chelsea not being in the conversation, Man United not being in the conversation. It's basically been a very similar season to the Leicester season for us to go on and win it under this manager. And that is the uncomfortable conversation that they don't want to admit, but that is the truth.
Yeah.
And the truth is they can't backtrack because they were all saying October champions. So that's what they thought about the competition. Nobody looked serious. And that's what it's taken. Listen, you win it, you win it. We don't take away Leicester's Premier League because everybody else was rubbish that season. But at the same time, you know what I mean? At the same time, it's okay, what about when everyone's stronger next season? Then how are you going to react? If you're fumbling over the line when everybody's looking all over the place this season, what about next season?
This is it. This is it, bro. Like, this is it. And this is the thing. Like, we can, like, obviously, Half Volley and Northside, and obviously me as a rival. Yes, if Arteta wins it, yes, we would give him some praise when if he wins the league. But at the end of the day, one Premier League in six seasons isn't good enough for a club like Arsenal. It isn't, and that is not good enough for the third biggest club that we. A lot of Arsenal fans speak about they are the biggest club, or they are the third biggest club. Winning one title in 6 seasons is not good enough. And this is the thing: just because you haven't dominated in your history, or you've never gone back to back, or you've never won a Champions League, that just because you've never done those things, that doesn't mean you can't demand those things. That, like, you should be demanding those things, bro. You're the third biggest club in England, like, bro. Like, yes, with my club, for example, with United, with Manchester United, yes, we've made we've made Champions League great, but it's like, I don't want to just be in the Champions League just for the sake of being in the Champions League. Yes, Man United might be not the best team in the Champions League, but I will demand my club to win the Champions League because I've seen other teams win the Champions League when they haven't had the best squads. For example, Chelsea won the Champions League under Thomas Tuchel when they had Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, and Timo Werner up front. And Frank Lampard, I remember Frank Lampard said when he got sacked, or when he left Chelsea, he said those young players aren't good enough to win a trophy or to win the Champions League. All of a sudden, Thomas Tuchel comes in and wins Chelsea the Champions League with the same players that he said that they weren't good enough to win the Champions League. Man City were the favourites in that. People were saying Man City or Bayern Munich or Real Madrid were going to win it, but they didn't. Chelsea won the Champions League that season. So I'm not going to be one of these fans that say, if Manchester United make a quarter-final, it's great, or we make a semi-final, it's great. No, bro. I want to win it, bro. No matter what. But yes, I'm not saying Man United are the best team. I'm not saying that. But I still demand to win the Champions League every season that we are in it. I still demand that. I still demand that. And for example, I like Amadi Diallo. I rate Amadi Diallo as a player, but Amadi Diallo has been shit this season, bro. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say, but he hasn't been shit. oh, we need to give Ahmad time, oh, we should not bench him. We got to keep starting Ahmad. We got to keep starting Ahmad. No, bro. If Ahmad has been playing shit, bro, he deserves to get benched, bro. This is what it is. This is what it is. Anyone can get the smoke, bro, when they are not performing, bro. Players or manager, bro. Anyone can get the smoke. This is what it is. Yeah. And the problem is with a lot of Arsenal fans, and my fan base had done it as well, is where they speak about, but if we bring this player in, what happens to that player? We can't bench this player, we can't bench. No, bro. No, bro. It's competition for places, bro. It's competition for places, bro. This is where you have a squad, bro. You get me? This is where you have a squad, bro. You shouldn't be worrying about, if Ahmad does not play well, then but if Ahmad doesn't play well, then he can't be benched. No, bro. If Ahmad does not play well, then Mbeumo can play for 5 games. And if Mbeumo doesn't play well for 5 games, he can be dropped as well, bro. You get it? Bro. This is what people have to understand. I've seen at my club, I've seen at times Berbatov be on the bench, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've seen Berbatov be on the bench at times when he hasn't played well. Rooney has been on the bench at times when he hasn't played well. This and that. There's no sympathy, bro. There's no sympathy. I see Pep Guardiola bench Mahrez, bro. Bench Mahrez in certain games. Bench Foden in certain games. Bench Kevin De Bruyne in certain games. Just because a player is not playing well, that doesn't mean you should keep on playing them. No, bro.
It's selective with a lot of these fans, yeah, because these fans that don't want to be ruthless with a manager are still the same people that will say we need to get rid of Jesus, or we need to get rid of Martinelli, or Trossard's not good enough. They're ruthless with the players, but then when it comes to the manager, all of a sudden there's this attachment. But they're all employees. You hold players to their performances. Well, hold the manager to their performances then. If you have expectations of players, how can you not? What organization does the higher-ups, let's say CEO of a company, they go first to the manager. The manager then goes to the players. But if the group is failing, they look at management first, which is why a lot of struggling companies will go change of management. Why? Because the previous management ain't getting the most out of the players. Football fans look at it as, the manager's failing? It's the players' fault. No. What about the management, bro? Because last time
where's he gone?
Let themselves to start, bro. And when you're seeing a pattern of bad performances or things that are worrying, that's instructing. And if that's not the right thing, then you have to go into the manager. But bro, it'll be very interesting to see eventually when this manager leaves, whether he becomes successful or he doesn't. Either way, eventually he will leave.
It makes no sense, Northside.
It'd be interesting to see what they say, because they've created so many excuses with Arteta that I could banter them in the next manager, and whatever they say about the next manager, I'll be like, but he hasn't had 6 years. Yeah, but he hasn't had £1 billion yet. Yeah, but he needs more of his play. But you can't. But look, he's doing a rebuild. But you got to let him see out the plan. But he took over. It's toxic now because since Arteta left, it's toxic. There's so many excuses I can use back for what they've said for this guy that I'm going to end up pissing them off, because they're going to realize when they're not happy, when that side of the fence ain't happy, they're not hearing the excuses, because they didn't hear the excuses with Unai. And that's the manager with a track record. Yes, of course, there was issues that Unai had, but at the same time, they've now boxed their way into so many excuses that they're going to have to hold it. If you get a manager they don't like, they're going to have to hold it.
Yeah.
Because you can't move the goalpost and expect people not to clock on and then use it back against you. You can't. And I think this fan base love to talk without any sense of accountability. They seem to forget the way the reason we got rid of Wenger. They seem to forget that. They seem to forget that people. The reason Wenger stayed for 10 years because there was a lot of I loved Wenger, man. Like Wenger gave me my best memories as an Arsenal fan. You know what I'm saying? He gave me the best. It was difficult for me to turn on. You know what I mean? To turn on Wenger, it was difficult. Obviously, when a manager, especially obviously, that was the only manager I ever saw at Arsenal, but he had the best moments was under Wenger. It's difficult. That was difficult. I can't lie. To turn on Wenger was very difficult because the football I saw, the players I saw us coming through, even I didn't even turn on Wenger when we lost the Champions League final in 2006. Because that team was assembled by Wenger when we beat Real Madrid on the way to that final. Like Wenger, it was very difficult, very difficult. But like Hartfolly says, how can you compare? That's like Man United fans having love for Ruben Amorim, the same love they had for Fergie. It's not even comparable.
Bro, it's crazy.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I just think, I don't know, man. Like, maybe it's, I don't know, society's going a little bit crazy. I can't lie.
My fan base have already done it, Northside. My fan base have already done that, Northside. Like, bro, my fan base are having all this energy for Carrick here. All my fan base want to have all these standards for Carrick, but when it was Ruben Amorim, you didn't want to have those standards. You were saying like my fan base were saying when Carrick loses a game or when he draws a game, he's shit, he's not good enough, this and that. But when it's Ruben Amorim, when it was Ruben Amorim, but he needs his own players. He needs a pre-season. But when it's Michael Carrick, you know what I mean? He's not good enough. He's shit. These men don't give the same excuses. These men don't give the same grace, bro. You get me, bro? This is what I can't. This is what I can't stand. This is what I can't stand. I remember at one time. I remember United fans was onto Xerxes one time, and people were, and a lot of my fan base was saying, "Oh, Xerxes shit." But when it was Rasmus Højlund, when Rasmus Højlund were playing shit, but Rasmus Højlund is young. Well, Xerxes is young, but you don't want to give Xerxes time. But all of a sudden, you want to give Rasmus Højlund time because he's young. But when it's Xerxes, it's not the same. It's not the same grace. So, these men want to always do, bro. It's agendas, bro. That's what it is with these men, bro. I can't stand these men, bro. These men don't have the same standards.
Yeah, you know what it is, yeah? I think whenever a major club goes into decline, it ushers in this whole new set of fan base who are just happy with failure and mediocrity, and they make a lot of excuses. I didn't see these things under Man U when Fergie was there. You know, when Ferguson was there, Man United were a machine.
Yes.
And when Arsenal used to go toe-to-toe under Wenger, it was just us at Man United, when you saw the battles on the pitch, you saw two teams who were aggressive and were determined to win. You know, the pizza being thrown at Old Trafford and all the fights at Old Trafford and everything. That's what Arsenal were all about. So, you see, for me, with Arsenal, I think with Man United, when I look at Man United, I think, okay, fair enough. I can see why you guys are where you are, because after Ferguson, there was a bit of a mismanagement in the way, David Moyes shouldn't have got the job, and then he had to get sacked and all kinds of shit. But I look at Arsenal, we stopped being a serious football club when David Dean left my club.
Yes.
And that's the problem I have. That's why we've got this whole 2 decades of near misses, right? We've got nearly 20 years of underperformance and near misses because the serious football guy at my club who gave us a seat on the FA board, who gave us a voice, who made sure we're competing, he left. He was kicked out of the club. So that's when Arsenal really went into, we became a business. And that's why somebody like Arteta is able to stay at this club for 7 years with no CV, with no record, no experience, no skill set. How is a major club like Arsenal, one of the richest clubs in the world, they used to call us the Bank of England club. How have we got a novice running this club for 7 years and nobody's saying anything? And then he's about to sign a new 3-year contract. Like, how does that work? It's mind-boggling stuff. So I look at it with a lot of regret, and I look at it and it's quite sad, really, because this doesn't, as much as Chelsea, Man United, and Liverpool are in a bit of a decline, they don't allow this shit to happen in our clubs. Do you get me? Once Chelsea stabilize, they're going to demand trophies. Once Liverpool stabilize, they're going to demand trophies. Once Man United stabilize, they're going to demand trophies. But Arsenal, we're always just staying afloat. It's always nice and steady. We're always going to be there or thereabouts. We're never going to win it. And it's going to be another 10 years still no European heritage. Why? Because of this recent history. There's no serious people at this football club. If there were serious football people at this club, they would have kicked out Arteta a long time ago. They would have said, hey, mate, look, we've given you, you're quite lucky to be around for 4 or 5 years. You're done, mate. Thank you very much. Move on. You got no CV. You got no pedigree. You got no experience. I look at your CV, it's quite light. Your only experience is being under Pep as an assistant manager. Suddenly you're running one of the major clubs in Europe for 7 years. That should not be allowed. That is negligence of the highest order. And these cronkies, they should hang their heads in shame if they allow this thing to continue for another couple of years. For me, it's time to draw the line underneath. It's not a total disaster. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I give this manager, his credit. But the thing with Arteta that I struggle with, I just find this guy very arrogant. I find him unlikable. I don't like the guy. I just don't like his behavior. He's very duplicitous. He's very two-faced. He's not honest. And people reveal themselves in very different ways. The way he flies Ethan out on loan, and he's about to sell Lewis Skelly in the summer if we're not careful. This guy is running the grave digger through our youth project. And these is the future of Arsenal Football Club. Lewis Skelly, Dowman, and Ethan are the future of Arsenal Football Club. We cannot allow this manager to get rid of these players. And that's what frightens me. The longer Arteta stays, this football club is going to look very, very different. If he wins it, he's going to have new powers. And I hate to see what the state of this club is going to be like in a couple of years. He's not experienced enough to have seen, to be established. He's not established enough to be given the reins to such a major club. Somebody needs to rein him in before he creates havoc at this club. Right?
That's what it is.
He's a total not. The guys are go on.
The players are the only ones, bro. I agree with you, Harvoli. I think the players, until these men stop signing contracts and actually have some balls and say, listen, if I sign a contract, let me see where this club's at before I sign the contract. You know what I mean? I think that's when, depending on who it is, but we know which players have got a lot of weight with this fan base. And until they speak up and we keep getting Champions League football, I don't think it's going to happen. I think as well, this club is very selective. You know what I mean? Like, there was no point getting rid of Edu if you're going to continue giving him a contract if we don't win nothing. There's no point getting Berta and being ambitious in the transfer window if it's not ambition all over the board.
That's what I'm saying.
If you're going to do something, don't do it half-heartedly. We can celebrate Berta. We can celebrate we don't lose our best players, and the players are committed, whether we like it or not. They are, to this point, committed under Arteta. But the other day when I saw Ødegaard come off and Madueke get subbed off, they were fuming.
Yes.
So I don't think everything is rosy. I don't think everything is rosy. No matter what we think about Madueke, he's won stuff at Chelsea.
At Chelsea,
is that spoiled kid that has the parents that, I love my kids so much that they don't discipline their kid.
Yes,
and then when the they always got what they wanted, and now that you're not the favourite, Ødegaard's kicking off. I've never seen Ødegaard kick off. But he's kicking off now because I'm not the favourite. Now he's moving a bit like, Eze's taking my place. The fan base used to be on his side. Not anymore. We saw Ødegaard documentary this season. Why? Because they can tell that everyone's been onto Ødegaard this season. And he's talking about everything except for football. Talking about how he's there for the players and how he's always checking up on everyone. Bro, you need to check up on your own performances. How about that? you were in no position to be talking about anyone else's performances. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't. As a captain, you have to be self-aware of your own. Yeah, the modern leader. I have seen no leadership skills. But that was PR because we never saw documentaries like that from Ødegaard. It was normally the little interviews and whatever. They do it all the time. Interview with Sky Sports all the time. Arteta does 100 interviews about how he came through La Masia and how his time at PSG. It's the same old bullshit. They're asking the same old shit. And it's, for me, like I said, we're going to wrap up, but big up Half Volley, big up Real King. Hopefully, Volley, we're able to win the league because I really would like to see what these top gooders are going to say to me if we win the league, because I think they're getting it twisted that I'm going to be angry or something. I'm not angry. I just can't get excited. Yeah, I'll take the league trophy, but all in all, I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm not excited about winning this Premier League. I've waited so long, but the way we're doing it, the way we're playing, we was good against Fulham. I'm not saying we wasn't good against Fulham, but just in general, the way we've been playing, the way we've been managed, how boring our games are. I've been begging for the league to be wrapped up. I'm really not enjoying it. I'm not, and I've not kept it a secret on this channel. I don't like the football. I don't like. The fan base irritate me, and I just want the season to be done. Whether we win it, we don't win it, I just want the season to be done. It's dragged, it's draining. The best game I saw was PSG against Bayern. That is what I call football.
Yes.
I'm not saying you have to be as gung-ho, but that was a match where two managers had the intent to win. And you could see that both teams, that is the type of game. And that kind of performances, we used to see those kind of performances at Arsenal. Not in the Champions League all the time, but in the Prem. We would play with the intent to win. And I miss those times. I miss the old Arsenal. And what I mean the old Arsenal before, the Arsenal before we became this. I miss it.
No, it's mad.
And I miss the old Arsenal. I miss the days we used to go up against Man United. And as much as I hate Man United, I had to respect them. I miss those days, and I miss having players that I looked at. And, I'm not saying we don't have any, but having a team that I was genuinely proud of. Like, I'm like, these guys are warriors, man. And even when we don't win the league, I know that next season we'll go again. Because like I said, we didn't dominate. But I miss that. And as much as I get mad because it's sad to see the destruction of your football club. It's sad to see your club and not have that love. I live in Barcelona. Everyone supports Barcelona. I see the passion, but their club gives them trophies. I've already seen Barcelona lift the trophy so far this season, and I miss feeling like that about Arsenal. It's been so long that I honestly just... Anybody that understands where I'm coming from, they understand. The ones that don't, they don't. I'm sorry, but this club used to be an amazing institution under the first years of Wenger. They really did. Even Man United had to respect us. I know they got better of us a lot of times, but they respected us, and they respected Wenger back then, in the early days. And now I look at it, everything that I loved, man. Everything I loved, our play style, our players, the way we'd pick gems in the market, would create superstars. We would win, at White Hart Lane. You know what I'm saying? League doubles. I miss that, man. I miss that.
It's mad.
And it's crazy that I even have Half Volley, all of us, even Real King as a Man United fan, I have to judge that. Because as much as we're not Man United fans, we understand what King's talking about because we respected Man United. And Man United had an aura. Arsenal had an aura. Both of our clubs back then had an aura.
Had an aura, yeah.
You'd see Roy Keane in the tunnel. You'd see Patrick Vieira in the tunnel. It's aura, bro.
I watched the game back, obviously I've been watching football since 2008, but I watched the game back actually. I watched the Man United versus Arsenal in 2005, in 2005. I watched that game back. Obviously, I wasn't alive at the time, but I watched that game recently back. Man United versus Arsenal in 2005. Yeah, I watched the game back. Yeah, and where Man United won 4-2. It's where Ronaldo scored the double against Arsenal at Highbury. I watched that game for that 4-2 game against Arsenal, and I was seeing Wayne Rooney number 8, bro. Fighting man, bro. Fighting Vieira and that. I seen Roy Keane fighting Vieira. I see Rooney fighting, bro. Like even Bergkamp, Thierry, bro. I see all of these guys fighting. And that game, that 4-2 game that United beat Arsenal. Yes, we beat Arsenal 4-2, but Arsenal were the better side in that game.
Van Nistelrooy, he need Ashley Cole.
Yeah.
Hard. And that wasn't, North, you're right. No, sorry to cut your kin, but I think one thing I would say, is I agree with you, North. I just look at my team and the club. I just feel no connection. I think Arteta, for me, I just don't enjoy what he's doing at the moment, and it's quite sad. Maybe I like Lewis Kelly. He's Arsenal, man. He's an Arsenal boy, and you can see the way he puts his foot in. That gives me a bit of joy watching him. But this man, he just starved us from watching one of our best talents, young talents coming through for the sake of playing this Norwegian Barbie and some other misfit from Spain. It's hard to feel connection to this. And I'm sure Man United, King, you feel the same way as well. When you look at your club, you're like, I just don't feel any spiritual connection to these clowns anymore.
Bro, like it's crazy how Volley. It's crazy how Volley like it's crazy, bro. It's like when people say for example, for United fans don't like this, but United fans will say oh, Bruno Fernandes is a legend at Manchester United. He's the best player I get so frustrated when United fans put Bruno Fernandes as a legend, because it's like I get frustrated at these stuff, because it's like I've seen, how can you call this guy a legend when this guy has played? Yes, he's played well the past 3 or 4 months, but I don't forget the start of the season. The guy would crap at the start of the season. I don't forget that. And also, he hasn't played the 2 trophies that Man United have won, the League Cup and the FA Cup. He hasn't played a big part in it. He's played a big part in Man United bottling the Europa League final twice, and bottled other big games like Liverpool 7-0, Liverpool 5-0, all of that. When United fans say to me Bruno Fernandes is a legend, it's like, brother, I've seen and people say, oh, how comes you don't rate Bruno Fernandes? It's because I've seen Ryan Giggs, I've seen Michael Carrick, I've seen Paul Scholes, I've seen Wayne Rooney, I've seen CR7, I've seen young CR7 at United.
You know what it is? Some people you just can't save them. There's no point in life. If someone's mission is to misunderstand you, that's what they're gonna do, bro.
Yeah.
Because even as a rival, the names you're reeling off, these are players we respected. These were players that we go, yeah, bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Bad boy players. But these guys, they don't want to listen, bro. They're fanboys of these guys, man. They care more about the manager or certain club favourites than they do about the club, bro. They don't understand that football is a team sport, and ultimately, it's not about your favourite, it's about what your club wins, innit? And I think a lot of these men forget the history that their club is built upon and why their club's a big club. And I think a lot of these guys have just lost themselves, for various reasons. Some of these people, they lose themselves because they see money and being a disingenuous, fake content creator that really sells themselves out for a penny. Others, they're scared to be different. They like going to the games and everybody says, yeah, we can't wait for Rashid to come back. And we just live in a society where people are very scared to be themselves.
Yeah, but that's what it is,
bro, to go against the grain.
But that's what it is, Northside.
It's crazy, because I'm going to wrap up on this,
Yeah.
Chatted, innit? But I'm going to say this. Man United were Man United because Man United what Man United did, their dominance was crazy. Their dominance was crazy. Now, I don't want to speak for King, but I'm sure he's not saying you have to match everything Fergie did. He understands that Fergie was a generational manager.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But it's not acceptable 10 plus years not winning major honours.
No, it's not
acceptable. And at the end of the day, bro, I'll be real. At the end of the day, I'll be honest, there's more things to life than football. Do you know what I mean? Because I think the game itself has gone, and we say it all the time, but it has. Everything about it, yeah. The play style, the type of players we used to create. I was watching a Ronaldinho documentary, and I'm not saying every player needs to be Ronaldinho, but where are these kind of players, bro? Like, where are they? Man disrespected Neymar, yeah? Cool. Enjoy watching Martinelli, innit? Enjoy watching Martinelli.
Bro, it's crazy.
We got right now. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's like everything about this sport. I love football. Football's been my life, it's been part of my life, my whole life. But everything I loved about the game has all gone. And I know it sounds old if you're not of the same age range, but it's like when you know the difference between McDonald's and, let's say, I don't know, fine dining, you can't. You know what McDonald's is, and you know what fine dining is. And when it comes to football, some of us are old enough to see the fine dining of football. When I'm seeing this fast food football, it is draining because I can't forget ballers of the past and how football used to be played. That inspired some of the best one of the best games I've ever played in my life, FIFA Street. And I FIFA Street right now, how many ballers get into FIFA Street?
Bro,
for every single nation and team, and the ballers that were in that game, if you're not old enough, go back and just type in YouTube FIFA Street, and you would see the essence of football. It wasn't just Brazil. People talk about Brazil like Brazil. No. Holland had ballers. Spain had ballers. Portugal had ballers. England had ballers. There's ballers everywhere. And now I look on the game. This modern football don't inspire no FIFA Street.
No, it doesn't, bro.
It doesn't inspire creativity or nothing. I went in the Real Madrid shop the other day, and there was this little kid. It's probably 8. He goes, "Oh, do you know about Vinicius Junior?" He's asking the next guy, and I'm looking at the kid. I'm like, "It's not your fault, but you don't know nothing about ballers, bro."
No,
because Vinny's cool, but Vinny, man can't talk to me about Vinny when I've seen Ryan Giggs. You know what I'm saying? Even if we won't even go, even Gareth Bale, Gareth Bale,
cool. That's what I'm saying.
Like, even if we come a bit more modern, but like the plays that we've seen,
I've
seen Figo. Really, Vinny wouldn't make it back in the day like that. Not around these ballers.
People just need to do their history, man. Like even if you wasn't around to see certain ballers at the time, or people just need to do their history instead of saying outlandish statements. People need to look on history. People can go on the internet and go on and search certain players and find out what they want, or they can watch certain games, bro. Like, you have to do your history, bro.
They only respect the legends when they go on Ultimate Team and then they open the packs and then they just see a rating. Yeah, there's a reason why these legends have mad ratings on FIFA and getting your cards and everything. There's a reason, because they were ballers back in those days. So do your research and actually look up these ballers, innit? But if you don't, then don't, innit? But I can tell the difference, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, but it's the game. It is what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ultimately, I hope Arsenal do win something. I'm still not believing until it's mathematically done. That's when I believe. And the 22-23 season cemented it for me exactly why I'm like that. So it is what it is. Big up King. Big up Hard Volley. I appreciate both of you lot for your time.
Big up
Hard Volley. Big up Northside as well.
Big up King. Yeah.
Big up, man. I'm gonna redirect to Staffy. Northside raid on the way in, and we're out. Love.